Cherry, cherry, everyone. Cherry, cherry. Good to see you all again. It's been a while, hasn't it? Well, yeah. Apology about all that. Had a minor little bit of a medical thing. Nothing major, just minor surgery. Heyo. Heyo. Heyo, Magscab. Welcome, welcome. Just gain an order. Okay. Welcome. As said, I just had a minor thing, so I wasn't able to stream for a bit. And so, I'm happy that everyone's here, and I hope everyone had a wonderful time since last we saw each other. Because, well, we have the ending coming up soon. I already feel the tears coming along. And as those of you who are a bit who can clearly see probably, well, I couldn't hold it, and unfortunately I caved. I couldn't wait to roll for the elf because she is beautiful. So we're going into this with a fully armed and operational. D2 Eidolon. Yeah, I splurged a bit because there is no way I'm going into this without my Elise, well, my Cyrene at maximum beauty. Maximum beauty. Now, there is one thing I have been neglecting since coming to Amphoreus. Well, nothing. Yes, because I couldn't wait. You lost all your luck. Now, before we begin, there's a bit of something I've been slacking a lot on. I have not done any of these stories for a fair bit, so this is what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be spacing these out, not going to just do all of them all at once, but I want to do a good chunk of these as we get the opportunity. So I think this next bit is going to take a fair few streams. As such, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to start a stream with one of these. We are going to start by completing one of these. And we're going to end the stream by completing the story. And we're not going to... And if we get too close to the final battle, we will do the rest. We're going to end the story and write our ending here. Got it? Everyone okay? Then let's do this, as we have written.
With your friends, with your enemies, with others, and with yourself.
Yes. This story will end as we have written. Tribios, you have already swallowed the fruit of fate. Yep. Thanks, Magscab. I hope to see you talk. I'll try to make this as entertaining as possible. I've missed this. Fly towards tomorrow without a moment's repose.
The Chrysos War's clamor rises and falls, and when the children reunite, only 3 of them remain.
Also, I don't think this was voiced previously. Oh right, they replaced Stella's voice actress since last time, so they probably added voices to this, which will make this a lot easier as I don't have to read as much. And will make me procrastinate actually mean something.
We have heard of a Chrysos heir.
The lively child says.
Oh, don't worry, I'll try not to be too entertaining.
That person tears open the barricade of the Black Tide, aims at the sky, wanting to contain the core flame in a sheath.
There will always be warriors like me, who believe in and are willing to protect the tomorrow they prophesize.
But the crusading Chrysos heir never returns. The greedy ones then lift the crown with sharp blades, and by power's lethality, they are one by one slain.
Yep. Trivio set everyone on that path.
We remember a group of bards.
The taciturn child says. The bards composed songs for the children's prophecy, and along the corpus of the pillar of stone lay their footprints upon which ballads are carved.
Though we lack the might of swords and shields, we can take you to walk every part of this world.
Stories have power. Sending stories, these can inspire others to fight.
Till many years later, when the bards all return to their subterranean eternal rest, the children sing the long, long songs, and alone they bear memories of humanity.
Yes.
We miss us.
The exuberant child says.
Because you were once thousands, then you became only 3. Sacrificing yourself on this flame-chased journey, Trivios.
When they left their home, the passages blew the girl apart into countless turbulent bubbles, carried to all corners of the world on the winds of destiny.
We will run towards the world's agony.
The children cheer each other up as the years pass and the sun and moon rise and fall. The children often hear sounds of their friends shattering.
Hearing your friends die. Never pleasant. Never pleasant.
Farewell. Farewell. The children who still walk the earth silently hide their wrenching sobs.
This was a Greek tragedy, and losses were a constant on the flame-chased journey.
Upon the hills of Akama once grew golden figs as far as the eye could see.
But in time,
the remaining children link their hands and decide to make this beautiful city the beginning of yet another journey. The children pull on the hem of the maiden's dress.
Please, listen to the prophecy we bring.
The maiden pulls on her silken threads,
Aglaia.
weaving in her heart the children's past into strings.
Chase the core flames with me. I promise that
the libations poured are guaranteed to bear fruit. The hot blood of the sacrificial lamb will not be spilled in vain.
But it will still be spilt, and sacrifice is painful. And the next act of this tale,
the gentle mother silently dreams and brings to her child a scent from the west wind's shore. Then she quietly departs, and the only words her child hears is a prophecy of forlorn melancholy, the slumber of titans, the fragmented lullaby, the roar of the guards, all merge into a torrential black tide that carries the first demigod from the past to the future.
yep, she was there at the start, and she got almost all the way to the end. In some timelines, she reached the end.
And that was the beginning of this long dream.
I like to think that this is my Stell sitting down and reading the book one final time before we embark on the final flame chase journey.
In this tiny room, she forged 20 years of her memories with time. Sometimes the child does not understand. The gates of worlds outside the window are so numerous. Yet, why can we not step within? And if one cannot leave the tower, what need is there to gaze into the distance via tones?
Yeah, if you're trapped in the tower, and if the tower is your world, then why do you need to go further? Why, young child, must you embark on this journey?
The mother smiles and does not answer, only using bedtime stories to once again gild another golden sheen of destiny to the Amphoreus of the child's dreams.
But
Alas, the golden light of destiny cannot illuminate the shadows of power and greed. All it takes to rob the child of her only kin is a letter of dark
Right.
conspiracy.
I remember how Tribios' story started.
Culprit thought the murder had no flaws, but was unaware that the lamb willingly stepped into the passage's dead end. Before the priest met her demise, the only thing her eyes contained was spite.
Nothing's worse than an assassin target who knows you're there and steps into your blade.
Yet she leaves her final warmth and hope embroidered into those dolls, leaving them behind for her innocent love.
Yep.
Loneliness stakes nightmares into the child's sleep, and the child hugs those dolls tight.
At the very least, we will never leave each other, right?
No. I wonder if each of the thousand tribbies, each of the dolls, sort of was the original Tribios projecting onto her childhood toys. Considering she was basically locked in the tower alone, it's not too far-fetched to imagine that each of her basically she put a bit of herself in each of them.
Softly sighs and carefully lifts the curtain of time, presenting a crystal given in libation to the brave before the doll holding a blade.
Trianne.
The Titan loves this child born into sorrow, but has no power to erase impending tragedy in the morrow. Only can it dispel the evening wind of the palace, giving the child solace in sweet dreams.
Everyone on Amphoreus deserves a happy ending. This is why we fight this. We want to give them this happy ending.
The Titan's fading proclamation cannot pull back the string of the girl's destiny.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle.
In the holy city adorned with falling flowers, the children recall that prophecy beside their friend that has passed away. But the girl had already passed through thousands of crossroads and continues to sail toward tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Tribios. We're so close.
Oh,
So close.
for that bright spot beyond is the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring.
Act concludes. And one final act of this story.
The solemn council is still filled with clamor.
Oh boy, this is a long one.
Future's destiny still whirls in discussions of candor. To discard the city and save oneself, or to chase the flames that waver. None know the choice that would lead them to a place better.
Yeah. I definitely think doing this now is probably a good thing. Helps really center and remind us of what's to come and what was in the past.
I fear. How can mere mortals defy the gods?
I worry. How can mortal bodies reforge the world anew?
I suspect that the prophecy is simply a rumor.
Fear and doubt. And in the way, everything, they're correct in some ways. It just, they don't know the true secrets of their world.
In the distant past, the Holy Maiden brought the first prophecy to all city-states.
Hearken to the sounds that the doors whisper.
In the name of God's proper hope, she will give to humanity. Though she falls into confusion, she will bring guidance to this world in vigor.
So, I recently read something and I was reminded of and learned of an interesting experiment a scientist once ran. Basically, that scientist once put put a rat in a tub of water and timed how long the rat would take to drown. It was cruel, but it was an experiment. Then he took a different rat, and he threw the rat into the water as well. But just before the rat died, right, he scooped it up, took it out of the water, dried it, let it rest, fed it. And then once it was rested again, he threw it back into the water. The second rat, when it, rather compared to the first one, swam and swam and swam and swam for hours longer than the first one did. Why? Because it had hope. It had hope that maybe, perhaps, once again, the hand might come down and rescue it. It might be saved. So perhaps this hope is sort of part of the experiment, because without the people of Amphoreus having hope, then against the Black Tide they would just despair and give up, which wouldn't get what Lygus wants. It's a possibility, but I can imagine that is a criteria of the experiment. They need to have hope, some brighter tomorrow that they fight for, so they don't give up before you get your final data.
Overthrow the gods, it declared.
But
Of the previous journey, she will always remain aware. The Queen of Laws lifted the flag to chase the flames flare. The tripartite prophecy guided all the world's heroes, all who dared. And building a new world was their oath of yesteryear.
yeah,
The earth roared for them. The tides surged for them. The scales of destiny shivered violently.
and slowly calmed.
Slowly calmed. The core flames of the Titans rested here, while the blood of companions congealed over there. The child led one hero after another to their end. No end awaits her. No rest to prepare.
Because, well... Also, I've been dodging spoilers, so again, please, no one's try and spoil me. I don't want to... I've been dodging them for a week now. But from the trailers they put out, we can very clearly see that there is possibility of a bad end, where Amphoreus... It's highly likely Amphoreus might have a bad end. But I did have a realization recently. Again, don't confirm or deny this, but there is one person who I think can save Amphoreus. One person that can give the happy ending. Well, basically, in one of the trailers where it's basically teased that, first of all, if we didn't come to Amphoreus, we would have an even worse outcome. Like, Amphoreus was the best destination. The second is that there are, according to Finality's prophecy, there are two outcomes to Amphoreus. One is where we desperately hold on to Amphoreus and, in the process, sort of trigger the finality of remembrance, and which is basically finality of everything freezing over in stasis, based on the whole idea of don't want to let go. But the other one is teased that the Trailblazer will have to let go. However, I am of the belief that there's a third option, that there will be a way to have this happy ending, that it will not be a tragedy. And I think the one who will allow us to do this is Madame Herta, the Great, the Beautiful. Because we need... Amphoreus is data. It is basically running on a computer. We need some... So even if we can't save Amphoreus as a physical thing, if we can copy and save that data and run it somewhere where it can operate, then that would work. And oh, look at that. Herta already has a means to simulate the entire freaking universe. So I think Herta will grant us this salvation. Because Herta is a peerless gem.
Teacher, do not hesitate. The Weaver of Gold brushes aside the child's tears. The world still walks on the path you indicate. The prophecy still stands, even if the actors now different faces wear.
Restore the core flames, it declared.
Restore the core flames.
The solemn council is still filled with clamor. Future's destiny still whirls in discussions of candor. To stop right there and seek peace, or to continue a work still unfinished. None know the choice that would lead them to a place better.
Yeah, Trivios went through a lot.
Stop. We only wish to live life as it is, no more.
Cease. Our achievements already stand tall.
Rest up! We only wish to live in peace and prosperity.
That's not how this ends.
The discussions today are the same as those in times past. Retreating now will forever deny us the future.
Exactly. We can't turn back here.
The child has already conquered her confusion and fear. No longer before the mists of fate will she cower.
Hearken to the sounds that the doors whisper.
She travels through myriad passages, burning with determination, to once again bring light to humans through her endeavor.
Yep, every one of the Chrysos heirs is a hero for a reason. Each one of them endured a lot. They went through a lot. Each of them deserves the title of hero.
The children fly into the streets, wishing to encourage the residents' faith.
Please, be not afraid. We will definitely bring you to a new home.
Lady Treeby, Lady Trinin, please don't cry.
Do not worry. We trust you always.
Of course.
The matron wipes away the tears on the children's faces. The praying ones piously bless them in faith. The lost ones take the children's hands,
Just as the prophecy guides their path.
Bear the divine authority, it declared. Quiet Trinin has little to say. Lively Trianne loves to play, and well-behaved Treeby roams around all day.
The people's encouragement rings sincere. The Chrysos heir's companionship lasts through the years. And mother's embrace warms up every dream.
And banned. Every stream, there's at least one of those bots. Every stream. Oh well.
Thus the child understands. Thus the child accepts. Though countless farewells on her shoulders weigh. Though destiny's blood dries like clay.
Final page.
There will always be passageways, filled with warm sun rays, that silently open to them in future and past days. And from them, a voice says,
Forge miracles, it declared.
We will. We will. Okay then, everyone. I am sufficiently motivated. My motivation is at peak now. I also have more resources, which is good. Okay, everyone. My motivation has has peaked. Let's do this. We have a world to save. Yeah, exactly. Let's do a
As I
quick...
bid farewell to High Sealings at the vortex of Genesis, I noticed something strange about the time
Quick
portal
recap to everyone.
and was immediately dragged into the Memoria Tide of Oblivion by Evernight. She was once the hidden power that March manifested by sacrificing all of her memories. Yet now, she harbors other secret intentions in her heart.
She was Enigmata.
Meanwhile, Dawn Hung warped back to the Express via spirit warp jump, only to discover a Memo Snatcher invasion. Everyone then realized that the Remembrance's forces had already permeated Amphoreus and blocked outside intervention. To establish contact with me, Dawn Hung was determined to return to Amphoreus immediately.
Yep.
After waking up in the false Trailblaze, I managed to escape with help from Cyrene and Sunday. Unfortunately, Evernight held absolute control, causing me to fall into the Memoria Tide once again. However, Black Swan took this opportunity to quietly approach Evernight.
Say what you will about Black Swan, that woman has some guts. Like, she is... Evernight slaughtered the Memo Keepers.
Dawn Hung returned to Amphoreus and beckoned the heroic spirit of Finan with divine blood. The destruction, descending from the sky, pierced through the memory zone and discovered the most hidden corner of the world. In pursuit of Evernight, Dawn Hung arrived at the charred remnants of the Grove of Epiphany. In the grove, where memories became disjointed, Dawn Hung received help from Dawn Feng within his memories and completed his farewell to the past. In their final moments, the Earth demigod Terravox entrusted all their duty and authority to Dawn Hung. With this newfound strength, Dawn Hung found me within the Memoria Tide.
Also, something which I found out relatively recently. Yeah, apparently the Chinese community is big on shipping the Trailblazer with Dawn Hung. I probably should have seen that, considering they released ASMR videos with him in every language, which is, you know, interesting.
We entered the Nameless Titan's great tomb and discovered its secret. Across the 30 million cycles of eternal recurrence, every incarnation of Cyrene had come here, offering herself to the Remembrance. With Black Swan's help, we found Evernight in the depths of the Great Tomb. When all seemed lost, Evernight was captured by March's camera and trapped within the memory maze of Ides Elysiae. After several lengthy conversations, March and Evernight reached an agreement. Evernight returned March's memories, and March finally returned to our side.
And then we began.
With every condition for the Era Nova fulfilled, we returned to the depths of the Great Tomb and initiated the final Era Nova ceremony.
Yep, this is where we end things. Let's go. Let's go, everyone. We're going to do this. Also, I have to be this one here. Hello, Cyrene. Now, what's the explanation for you to get big? I very much like you being big, and we have two Cyrenes here. Hello, Cyrene. Welcome. You really dolled yourself up. You are quite the beauty. I love pink.
This view hasn't changed at all, has it?
It hasn't. So, which Cyrene are you?
The hometown in your memories never changes. But when you return to your senses, you realize that fate has already stolen the time away.
Yep.
Welcome to the Trail of Genesis, friend.
Hello, Cyrene. Now, let me make a guess. You're the first Cyrene, right? Standing here brings back so many memories. And yeah, you look... Yeah, you look
Seems like the weight of memories from 30 million cycles really made me grow up.
Yep. Wink. Wink.
But if I keep growing, I might be taller than you, right? Then I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm pretty sure you're going to get pretty tall considering what I've seen in your old animation.
Before you arrived, I kept wondering, beyond the veil of Ide Silicii, what kind of Amphoreus is being born?
Well, I hope it's a good one. One with our friends.
I can see fragments of it when I close my eyes. The friends who walked alongside us have all moved on toward their respective destinies.
Yeah, but I still want to see them.
Some turning into pillars of the world, supporting the sky and the ocean. Others sowing reason, laying down the law, and with gentle hands lifting newborns into the light. Death and strife are no longer feared by people, and trickery has become the innocent games of children.
Yep.
All beings living ordinary and peaceful lives, within the net woven by romance and passage.
That does sound like a beautiful Amphoreus. But we have to finish... We have to finish this.
There's no black tide, no flame chase, and no destruction. The world on the other side of the sea is one bathed in sunlight.
But we know that's not what we're going to have to face. Lygus is still out there. It's a world it's the dawn. Yes, it's the dawn that Finon and everyone had wished for.
Like a happy and carefree childhood, the era Chrysia in this cycle will last for millennia, until it reaches the moment decided by the prophecy.
Yep, but still.
Light calendar 4931, month of freedom, the moment belonging to world-bearing.
Trailblaze.
Are you ready to answer the call of the world, friend?
Alright, Cyrene. Let's do this. Let's end this story
Then go, and pen the Throne of Worlds' first stroke. For this world, made from countless wishes.
You say that, but it's gonna be ages till we reach light calendar 4931.
Oh yeah.
I can make use of the crevices of time. But surely you and Don Hung won't have to wait around for a few thousand years, right?
Well, yeah. The thing about Amphoreus is the timescale within here is just weird and, well, not weird, but all sorts of crazy.
That won't be necessary. We can simply sleep, and the chronocognitive anchor will wake us up.
Tale of Evernight Pillar of Stone. I didn't expect you both to be here.
We've both become a part of the New World ages ago. You're the last slowpoke.
Oh yeah, true enough. You know, it's kind of funny. People have talked about how this basically means that March, Dan Hung, and the Trailblazer are now technically very, very old.
Our consciousnesses can converse with each other across the heavens and the earth, possibly due to the influence of the Trailblaze. I am now connected with this earth, and I can feel the breath of every mountain range. I see that the tallest among them is named Akama, and the form of the holy city is already taking shape.
Yep, that is where we're headed.
In other words, your stage is almost set. Do you want to take a leaf out of Kefali's book and make some prophecies before you're now?
Oh, yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun.
But we're not the only ones who have changed.
Oh yeah, what about everyone else?
The chronocognitive anchor just transmitted a message stating that Iron Tomb, has reacted to the Aeronova.
The moment when our friend bore the weight of 30 million cycles of memories.
Was probably also when the scepter devoured 30 million cycles of destruction.
Oh boy, yeah, that is... Well, it's time to take over the burden Finan's been carrying. Like, can't really wait, so... Yeah, let's do this.
You know, you don't have to shoulder this world all on your own.
I know that, but still, I want to.
After someone boards the Express, the word alone ceases to exist. So, as we reach the end of time, no one will be left to face it alone.
True enough. Although, again, I will say I'm kind of not used to hearing March speak with the Evernight body. It kind of is funny.
Don Hung and I came here to specifically tell you that.
Thanks, you two.
Remember, this world is not a burden you bear alone.
Yeah, we have friends here. We have friends outside. That's why we're going to win. We're not alone.
It's a journey we trailblaze together, alongside all of the Express.
Well, let's see. Thank you, my good friends. Seriously, can't let me be the protagonist for once? Well, to be fair, Stell, we are the protagonists a lot.
There'll be plenty of time for you to show off in the future.
Of course. I mean, there's tons of paths to unlock, more powers to activate.
She meant to say that a hero only turns up at the most pivotal moment.
Alright. It's time for Don Hung and me to go have a super long nap. Look after this world for us.
I will.
The road ahead is long, but we'll be waiting for you at the end.
Thank you, you two.
We'll definitely meet again.
You can count on it.
Let's take one more look at the other side of the sea before we set off.
Yep.
Heidi's Elysiae is so quiet.
Just like how I remember.
Here we are once more.
Yep. A nice, calm, beautiful place. And How did I miss you? How did I miss you? I've explored around here. How did I miss you?
If you find any treasures, please share them with me.
Well, once again, I be blind. I occasionally just went for walks around this area. How did I miss that? Oh. Goes to show I can be as blind as a bat sometimes. Okay, yeah, no, these are just new chests. These were just new chests. Like, that was not here earlier. That was not here earlier when I came here for this dramatic shot. Really, Zagreus? Really? Did it spook ya? I was supposed to make a debut here and give you a real scare, but you already bumped into me somewhere else, yep? Still, can't let the setup go to waste. Let's see, how about a consolation prize? I'll whisper to you a world-shaking secret. Sound good? You mean the truth about the Dawn device? Already heard that one. Nah, I got the real deal. Cross-world certified. Life is a game of mystery chess. Anything can be hidden, anything can be revealed, anything can be manipulated, and anything can be turned into Silverwolf! That's Silverwolf. Can you tell the implication of this metaphor? I am referring to right. Yep. That's Silver Wolf. That's Silver Wolf's.
Where might those lovely stellar jades be hiding?
That is Silver Wolf. You gremlin, I knew you'd help.
The scent of the black tide is now completely calm.
Iron Tomb probably absorbed it all in his consumption.
At last, the starting point of 30 million cycles has finally welcomed.
Its first end.
Yep. Going to end
And
this.
the final end, right?
It's the final end, but
I can't hear his voice. There are no flowers there that bloom for him. Nor is there a star that is his.
don't worry. There's no way. That was the end of Finan. That guy is. He is a Kaslana.
Finan is the only one who didn't reach the new world.
Finan awaits us inside Iron Tomb.
Look, the golden light that shone upon the grove still meanders between heaven and earth, like the prophecies of Amphoreus.
Let's write a prophecy then.
It has to be a sign he left behind. It points towards the destruction and the deepest night. Do you still remember what I asked you at this exact spot the last time we set off? Friend, are you ready to become a hero?
Oh yes, I'm ready.
You were still burdened by the weight of world-bearing back then, still unsure of the role you were meant to play. But now, everyone has already given you the answer. The heroes of legends were just at the right place at the right time when the world needed a hero.
Yep, and let's just say that I had a bit of finality helping me get to this right place at this right time.
Just like how your arrival kickstarted Amphoreus' fate once more. A person's personality is their destiny.
Together, we'll all make it to the best possible ending. Yep, no matter what.
We best. Those are such beautiful words.
My god, you are so beautiful, woman. I love you.
Thank you, friend. I was also trying to cheer myself up with what I said. After all, before we truly compose the end of this story, I must also pluck up the courage to head off with you.
Yep. Let's do this.
And face a memory that I have forgotten for too long. And have denied for too long.
Oh? I guess this is a bit of Cyrene lore, which makes sense. They kept a lot of her stuff mysterious.
It's so dark. What is this place?
If I had to make a guess, one of the things that ties Cyrene to the Remembrance.
The great tomb of the nameless Titan. The deepest recesses of memory.
Alright, this place as well. We saw it last time.
The place where Cyrene was born.
Exactly. You got birthplace. You weren't born in IDs, Elysiae?
My apologies, friend. The more memories I got back along the way, the more I felt that something wasn't right.
In fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure that you are a child of remembrance that sort of lodged yourself in here and basically became a unexpected variable that Lygus didn't account for.
There's a sort of anxiety I can't get rid of. It's like when I was back in ID Silicii, when the reflections in the water always made me wonder, which is the real me? The one reflected in the water, or the one standing on the shore? But I finally get it now.
You're Cyrene. That's all that matters.
Look, friend. The words on that wall are the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
No.
That rhymeless tune is the lullaby of little fairies.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Do.
As
always, I'll read this book to you.
There's her memories.
That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone.
Share the memories and they survive longer.
I've always thought that I was the narrator of the Flame Chase journey. But as it turns out, the narrator is also the most devoted audience.
Ah, I'm the one who tells, I believe, in every version of you.
Thank you, friend. Every single Cyrene. That sounds so kind.
Well, as long as it's not, you don't follow in Kathy's footsteps. That woman and every Kathy went a bit crazy. But that's Limbus Company nonsense. Thankfully, we're not in that type of world. Even though MiHoYo likes hitting us with the, with the despair and heartbreak.
At the moment of Aranova, I was enveloped by the texture of memories. Within the glistening crystal, I saw countless Cyrenes, as well as countless versions of me.
Oh, that's an interesting internal phrase. Not countless Cyrenes and countless me's.
This is the final puzzle piece of the memories. A prison born of the erudition. A grave annihilated in the destruction.
And finally...
that unknown solitary god. The 13th Titan who should not exist. The first new spore. The Demi-Urge is right here.
Ah, yes, the thing that Lysagrius said it doesn't exist, yet he feared it. I think the guy gaslit himself to prevent us from finding it. Oh, Himiko POV. Please be voiced, please be voiced, please. Currently beyond the sky.
The interrogation records have been submitted to the Marshal. According to the Ten Lords' decree, Jing Liu and Luocha shall continue to be detained in the Shuling. But you, Merlin's Claw, have been reluctant to end the transmission. Do you wish to reminisce with us? Or is there something else on your mind that you're just desperate to get out?
You're quite calm, Jingyuan. The Alliance only authorized the law food to be deployed for this Iron Tomb operation.
Oh, yeah.
They say the Seer Strategist's wisdom shines like a beacon. So why can't you see things clearly now? Look who's talking. I didn't vote against it, did I?
Okay, new general that they're introducing but haven't shown yet. Interesting. Yao Guang.
But, with enemies all around us, even a child knows the Marshal needs to keep a few Xianzhou ships in reserve, just in case. Whoever volunteers first is the Marshal's pick. If you have to ask, I'd say this outcome plays right into Jingyuan's hands.
Like it or not, there's no way we're letting the Law Fu take the lead in this battle.
Oh my, Merlin's Claw. Are you afraid the Law Fu might steal the Yao Qing's glory?
Yeah, just calling in Space China, which makes sense.
This is no laughing matter. Between the Stellaron crisis and the war dance ceremony, though the chaos has settled, rumors and speculation are only growing by the day.
And we know for a fact that if we didn't go to Amphoreus, that one of the outcomes would have been in Jing Luan apparently getting the Lightning Lord and then fusing it with the corpse of the propagation and becoming basically a Lord Ravager against the abundance.
With Elder Huayan around, those with ulterior motives won't be able to stir up any trouble. But once the Law Fu gets their hands on the Golden Blood, it'll be a whole different story.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that would be a problem.
With the kind of person Jing Liu is, and her connection to you, I don't need to spell it out. There are countless ways this could be spun into something bigger.
Yeah, that could go very, very wrong very, very quickly.
You're overthinking it, General Fei Shao. When I volunteered for this task, I never expected unanimous support from the Alliance anyway. The Law Fu will seize the Golden Blood and redeem itself. That'll be our first win. Then we'll leverage this golden blood in the negotiations. Our second win. These 2 wins for the Luofu will make all 3 of us happy. And that'll be our third win.
Okay, so Space China has their own plans going on here. Interesting. Interesting.
Look, if this were a Skyfaring Commission deal, we'd be rolling in money, wouldn't we?
True.
Maybe the Divine Foresight should change his name to the Optimistic General instead.
With the Decalite Reflection Barrier, the Yuchue must understand even more than the Luofu how significant this battle is.
Sneezes. Oh boy. One. Just the lingering will of my illness situation. Well, not illness, but my nose is still recovering from what happened.
Amphoreus' karma has vanished from the matrix of prescience. What omen does General Yao Guang see in this anomaly?
In divination studies, we call this an empty fortune. It involves the eons and is thus beyond what mere mortals can comprehend.
And I bet there's a lot of eons looking at this.
Your explanation isn't any clearer than Lady Fu's.
Come on. How hard is it to understand the word uncertainty?
From the people who do the whole predict the future thing?
For the Cobalt Head,
News?
the emergence of Iron Tomb is a calculated instant. But I don't believe they will just sit around waiting for death.
Well, of course not. Noose already has sent in his actor, Madame Herta, and the rest of the geniuses.
And for the powers of the cosmos, this is their chance at survival. And the key to turning the tide of interstellar affairs. The Astral Express is leading the formation of an allied force. But I can see each faction has its own hidden agenda.
Honestly, not surprised. I mean, even the Luofu has their agenda.
There are even divisions within the Alliance. So it's not that hard to imagine how the other factions will react. Jing Yuan, I crossed paths with Selenova's Legion at the Battle of Sadunirama Star Cluster. Be extremely careful. The Ruined Legion's troops and weaponry are nothing to write home about. The IPC, even the denizens of abundance, could take them on. However, while Void Rangers are just expendable pawns of the destruction, the real wild cards are...
Lord Ravagers?
The Lord Ravagers.
Yep, expected. And this is not going to be an easy fight. And I'd imagine the destruction would want to stop us from, well, stopping Iron Tomb's birth. So they will probably intervene.
Indeed. Nanook's emanators are also their weapons to burn down the paths. I'm afraid conventional military tactics and strategies will be useless against them. My assessment is this. To completely take down a Ravager, we must disregard casualties and spare no cost. My only fear is one wrong move, and the Luofu will fall into Fintilia's trap again, inching ever closer to destruction.
Yep.
Doubt is exactly the demon she wants to plant in our hearts.
Yep, that's Fantalia, self-destruction. And I'm pretty sure I understand what path that would look like.
Do you still remember the beginning of the Alliance Oath? To save future generations from war and bloody dispute.
Yeah, we're ending
Rainbow's
this.
arrows have always aimed at any force that threatens the cosmos. Now that the Trailblaze walks alongside us, the Cloud Knights shall keep their oath as they have from the beginning.
Thanks, Jin Yuan.
I just hope those on the front line will remain safe.
Well, we have Welt, we have Himiko, and whatever nonsense Pom Pom has. And now we have the Genius Society.
The chronocognitive anchor is sending a signal. Everyone, time to move out.
Herta? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We have Sunday as well.
Did she and the others make it?
Let me go over the plan one more time just in case. You'll enter Amphoreus, reunite with your 3 separated companions, and try to locate Iron Tomb from within the world. Who are you taking with you?
Yeah, who?
The fate of the universe hangs in the balance. We can't afford any slip-ups. I suggest everyone except Pom Pom join the fight.
Yeah, no point in being, subtle about this. We're sending everything.
We do need to be prepared for all possible contingencies. I have no objection to this.
I'll do whatever I can.
Thanks. You have a lot to make up for, Sunday, but you're doing a good job so far.
Meanwhile, Screwy and I will continue attacking the Demiurge Matrix. That is, the Scepter's kernel from the outside. With our two-pronged attack, we'll turn this hunk of metal into scrap for sure. Now we just wait for those two to get back. Oh, and just like that, they're here.
Hey, Himiko, please have your voice.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, good.
With Planet Screwlum's help, the formation of the Cosmic Alliance to counter Iron Tomb is progressing smoothly.
The cosmos has set its sights on Amphoreus, and now it's just waiting for the first shot.
And it's going to be a big one. These are several major factions joining together, and Screwlum on his own has a planet. Not a, I control a planet, as in he has a planet he can move.
Well then, let's not waste any more time, Fourth Mirror.
It's my time to shine! Finally off the bench! Initiating thought refraction. Please read the safety protocols carefully.
Huh?
Just kidding! I've already checked the agreement box for everyone. And now, destination, Amphoreus. 3, 2,
1. Launch! Yep, send... I guess this is a good way of having us be introduced to the new Amphoreus. And
the flow of Memoria is so heavy here. Unlike Panagone's dreamscape, this place has built up a true epic measured in millennia.
The vortex of Genesis, where all myths begin and end. And in this new world created by the Nameless, the infinite cycles have been broken.
Let's set up the Trailblaze beacon and establish contact with the outside world.
I'll leave it to you then. It'd be better for me to not show myself in front of the Garden of Recollection.
Yeah, you kind of went against them, and they probably are pissed.
And, Mr. Sunday, you probably shouldn't show yourself either.
Yeah, you're still a wanted criminal.
Agreed.
Best not to show yourself to these two.
The Astral Express has landed. If you receive this message, please respond immediately. Over.
This is the Cianjo Alliance. Communications normal.
Okay, good.
Interastral Peace Corporation. Communications normal.
Okay, we're good. We have Mr. Lucky himself on our side.
A response from the Galaxy Rangers. Not surprising. But I didn't expect the family to also stay silent at such a critical moment.
That's a pretty blatant disregard from the family for Panacone's independent director, I'd say. Long time no see, Miss Himiko.
Hello, Jade. What Faustian bargains do you have?
It's been quite a while, Madam Jade.
The significance of this battle rivals that of the campaign against Sulo. Only through victory can we disperse the shadow of Iron Tomb that looms over countless worlds. The 10 Stonehearts shall spare no effort for such a grand mission for the preservation.
Yeah, that's the thing. IPC can be a very, very oppressive group. Lots of problems, but at the same time, they can provide a lot of help.
Madam Jade led the Intelligentsia Guild in conducting specialized research on Iron Tomb's past activities.
Oh?
The bad news is, the collapse of the Erudition won't just affect inorganic beings.
You mean Iron Tomb can infect organic life too?
Yep, not surprised there.
Well, the good news is, so far, its effects on organic life are under control. The infection progresses slowly, and the resulting neuropathy is non-fatal. In any case, the IPC can guarantee targeted vaccine coverage within 48 system hours in all star zones within the medical system.
What about other star zones? At a time like this, are the followers of the Firmament Arbiter still trying to make a profit?
Well, no, I'm guessing it's just the fact that there's a lot.
I remember you, Master Diviner. Your performance
Oh boy.
That's the current policy at the very least.
They're still capitalist, but I suppose they, at the very least, they're not being too greedy with it.
But if the Xianzhou Alliance is willing to assist with the IPC's assets in Epsilon and other star systems, we'll have more cards to play when reiterating to the board the necessity of deep cooperation.
Once again, Jade and her Faustian bargains.
Since Interracial Peace Entertainment's headquarters is in Epsilon. But why are all the other worlds on the list? Places that the Elation has visited?
Oh?
Think of it as a long-term investment. Please understand that everyone at Pierpoint is swamped with Iron Tomb work, especially the marketing development department. At this rate, even the 10 Stonehearts can only do so much.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Galaxy is a big place, lots of stuff.
Having some assistance from the Alliance would surely benefit the entire cosmos. Wouldn't you agree?
As an old Xianzhou saying goes, those who succeed should help all under heaven. Your proposal must be decided on by the 7 Arbiter Generals. I'm just here to relay the message.
That's entirely fair. That's entirely fair, and honestly, the IPC, like, for all I can fault them, and I can fault them a lot, I can also understand the fact that there's only so much they can do. This is a lot of things to do.
In times of crisis, the Luofu will not hesitate to help those in need. However, the prerequisite is that the IPC must unconditionally assist the Alliance with emergency rescue operations in the disaster area.
Of course. In the name of preservation, all for the Amber Lord.
All for the Amber Lord. All for the Amber Lord.
Thank you all for your selfless dedication.
Alright. Let's bring up the... What else do we have on our star? Oh?
It's clear that each party still has qualms about everything.
Everyone's after something. As long as they all help us, that's all that matters.
The clash between destruction and erudition isn't just about the fate of the cosmos. It's a moment for all factions to reshuffle their cards.
You can never be too careful when battling a Lord Ravager. All are equal in matters of life and death.
In any case, we can only hope for the best in all that's to come. It's about time we dive into the vortex and see what Amphoreus looks like on the inside.
Yep. See it. You people will join us, and hopefully the other people will show up. It would be kind of fun if Acheron just showed up and did her thing.
I wonder where she and the others are right now.
Okay. Oh. Try to contact allies. Story characters. Well, I'm sticking with this team because it's not only is it the meta team, I just want to use her. Let's see what all this... Let's contact more allies. Anchor receives a contact request. You try to respond.
Hello? How's the signal? Can you hear us?
Bronya! Bellabog!
Ah, we're through! I can see the video feed. Everything's working perfectly.
Please tell me you can do anything.
Miss Bronya? Miss Serval? What a surprise. It's been a while.
We've already heard from Miss Topaz about the Iron Tomb operation. She made a special trip to deliver the vaccine to Bellabog.
Okay, Topaz, you once again get good girl cards.
I can't believe the Express crew is at the eye of that storm. Is everything going smoothly?
But we went through a lot. Quite a bit, actually.
Don't worry, we're still following the plan step by step. How's the situation in Bellabog?
Guerrilla 6 is located on the outskirts of the preservation barricade. While it won't bear the brunt of the first wave, there's still a risk from the aftershocks. That kid Japard and Pela are busy organizing the Silvermane Guards, having them consolidate their lines and dig trenches. Zila and Lynx just got back from the Geomarrow vein production chain. Hey, do you want to say something to them?
That would be unnecessary. It'll only shake their morale. Just tell them to stay safe.
Don't worry, Sela. We will. We will.
Miss Bronya, I'm afraid this disaster will be far more terrible than you can imagine. Please, be sure to follow Miss Topaz's instructions and make thorough preparations.
Of course. We have resealed most of the engine of creation beneath the ice to prevent the will of the preservation
Yeah, you don't want any machines being taken control of.
Don't worry, Miss Himiko. Belobog is far more resilient than we imagined. We really wish we could help, but Eurilo 6 has only just woken up from its hibernation.
Yeah, I would have loved to see all of you help, but I know you are just sort of a backwater planet in the grand scale.
The Astral Express, standing at the forefront of disaster, is the hope for many ordinary civilizations across the universe.
In the face of a massive catastrophe like this one, relatively smaller civilizations have never had many options.
I know, but I have a feeling that we're going to get some help.
But that's exactly why we have a resolve that's second to none.
If anything goes wrong, Miss Topaz, I hope you can help out and rescue the affected citizens.
I expect she will.
No problem. Also, didn't the Xianzhou sign a friendship agreement with Eurilo 6 earlier? They won't stand by idly either.
Oh yeah, that will help. That'll help keep everything nice and safe. Oh?
I appreciate your kindness, everyone. But Eurilo 6 is our home. We will defend it to our last breath until the last Belobogian falls.
Yep, these people are resilient. The cold winter didn't freeze them out. They managed to survive, so they're not going to give up.
Miss Branya. May all civilizations that have made it this far on their own strength weather this crisis together.
Yes. Together we shall end the story in the proper way. Who's our next friend? Attempting to contact the Xianzhou Alliance representative. They shall.
Good news, Miss Himiko. The 7 Arbiter Generals have reconsidered the current situation, and I'm here to relay their message. Officially, the Alliance's combat forces will still be limited to the Luofu, but the Yaoqing has also been deployed in the surrounding war zone as a contingency.
Good. Thanks, Fu Xuan.
Words cannot express our gratitude. Getting the Hunt to agree on sending troops must have taken quite some effort from General Jing Yuan.
The Luofu already considers the Express an important ally. We also have no intention of hiding the fact that there is indeed something the Xianzhou seeks from this Iron Tomb operation.
Yep, you mentioned it in the cutscene, the Golden Blood.
But this time, the Marshal herself decided to send out troops. With a formidable enemy before us, the Alliance has no reason to back down, nor will we be content to take a back seat. If we can stand together with civilizations across the universe to overcome this crisis, then we must do so, even at the cost of our own lives.
Okay.
The Alliance truly embodies the principle of righteousness. It's fortunate that the cosmos has great heroes like you.
And it's fortunate that we have your help.
You're too kind. As for that Jade Abacus of Allying Oath, you can save it for when you're in more dire need.
Oh boy, I do not want to see what the more dire need is. And thanks, this is basically a situation where you probably would have joined us to help anyway. So, if that's them, then we have 3 more to go. One of them's going to be Penacony. One is going to be probably going to be Herta and the Geniuses, and I think one will be the what was it? Ah, yes. One will be the Galaxy Rangers. Maybe one of these will be the Stellaron Hunters? Possibly? Ah, the IPC representative. Oh yeah, forgot about them.
I regret to inform you, Miss Himiko, that even the Strategic Investment Department is constrained when it comes to the Iron Tomb issue. And it would be difficult to meet the expectations of the Astral Express. However, Madame Jade instructed us to look after our nameless friends as much as possible. So let me offer you all a small suggestion, just from my personal perspective.
Oh, and that is?
Other departments at the IPC might also take this opportunity to extend an olive branch to you.
And don't trust them.
When that time comes, I hope the Astral Express will remember that the 10 Stonehearts were willing to stand with the Trailblaze, even though we were in a difficult position. And more importantly, we were the only ones willing to do so.
Yeah, that's the thing to keep in mind. With those 10 stone hearts are clearly being set up to be the maybe closest to good group in the IPC. And they're probably going to have some bad IPC characters pop up. And I really need to tweak my model's eye settings. The one eye keeps twitching.
Sounds like a threat, doesn't it? But trust me, every word comes straight from the heart.
Has the internal conflict within the IPC really gotten this bad?
Everyone knows about the bad blood between Diamond and Oswaldo, but at least until now they've had an uneasy truce.
But
until the Lord Ravager Archforger caught the board's attention. I'll leave it at that, as it's confidential information. Hope you can understand.
Well, that's clearly set up for future plotline.
I understand. Our immediate priority is to address the Iron Tomb crisis. Let's hope for success from the start. This might help ease everyone's pressing concerns.
Well, that and, but, you know. And this one was this one. Deactivate the chronocognitive anchor. Attempt to contact the Galaxy Ranger representative. No response from the chronocognitive anchor.
Of course. We would never know the Ranger's comings and goings.
Yeah, pretty much. They are kind of chaotic. What, seriously? Oh, well. Okay, so attempt to contact the family representative. Oh, Robin? Oh, you're probably using a disguise.
Yes. And you are Miss Robin.
Yes. I apologize for not being able to respond during the meeting earlier. And even now I can only appear in disguise.
Politics?
On behalf of the Penaconian family branch, I extend my sincerest apologies to everyone. We tried to request aid from the family. We essentially received no response.
Well, that's not good news.
I've heard about the internal conflicts within the family. Miss Robin, there's no need to apologize. Every bit of strength is precious at this moment.
Thank you for understanding. The good news is, since you're one of the shareholders of Penacony, the family heads have agreed to allow me to lead all Asdanian tuners to the front lines.
Oh, wow. Okay, boy. Thank you, Robin.
My charitable foundation will also do as much as possible to provide support in this battle. They'll ensure that proper arrangements are provided for those wounded on the front lines, and for residents in affected areas.
Once again, Robin, you are great. You are such a great character.
Miss Robin, I'm beyond moved by your spirit of self-sacrifice. The Astral Express would also like to make a promise that we won't leave any companion behind.
And Sunday says hi. Alright then. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go to Akama. And hopefully this won't cause my stream to crash like it did in the previous times. I think I fixed it, but... Welcome to Akama.
Why is there no one here?
Everything in Akama seems normal. The new world was enjoying peaceful times not long ago.
Well,
it seems it was even more recent than not long ago, Miss Himiko.
The food is still warm.
The fruit on the table is freshly cut, and the bath temperature is just right. The remembrance tells me this place was bustling with people just moments ago. It's as if everyone vanished in an instant.
Probably got spirited away somewhere safe before the final battle.
Could this be Xandar's doing?
Oh yeah, that bastard.
Unlikely. He's still under the surveillance of those two geniuses.
Alright, they're probably really making his life hell.
Could it be some kind of local custom?
A custom that makes an entire city fall silent in an instant. Pardon my frankness, Mr. Yang, but this reminds me of some unsettling rumors about the Harmony. Complete silence.
is often the prelude to divine intervention.
Hello, March. Hello, March.
Everyone, be careful.
Hello, March.
Here they come. Here they come. The nameless of the Astral Express.
Evernight? How is this possible? She was already...
We are the chroniclers of time, and we do not fade away.
March, stop being dramatic.
Finally, the last era Nova has been completed.
What did you do to the residents of the Holy City and the three Nameless?
I didn't need to do anything. The remembrance will ultimately become the substance of the new world. Now, they are no longer the trailblazers you once knew, but gods who permeate heaven and earth. The 12 Titans who guard Amphoreus.
You are trying to make this sound so ominous. Yeah, March would do this kind of prank. And also, hello, Zoo. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, March would do this kind of prank, and I'm fairly certain Himiko and Welt see right through this. Yep, she sees right through it.
Stop fooling around, March. Come on out.
Yep. And instantly she falls. Nuh-uh, totally real. I'm totally the evil, scary Evernight.
I practiced so long for this.
You literally had thousands of years to practice, and you kind of failed immediately.
Getting seen through right away is just so embarrassing.
How I've missed you. Yeah, they got traumatized. They got traumatized by Evernight.
You've obviously been learning from the theatrical culture in Amphoreus.
She had a lot of time to wait.
But if possible, I'd prefer our reunion to be a bit more casual and laid back.
As expected, I can't hide anything from Himeko and Mr. Yang. Well, long time no see. Guess I'm back?
You are still a cutie patootie, even if you are wearing some very attractive gothic outfits.
We should be the ones to say that. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Too stupid to mature.
So, these jellyfish are the Titan's power?
Well, not quite.
They're just tiny manifestations of the Veil of Evernight, used for scouting and communication. If I went all out, I could summon way more of them. Thanks to her, we all turned into Titans in the new world. Sure, we can take on humanoid forms, but it feels off.
How intriguing. So what does she look like now?
Well...
It can't be a raccoon with a baseball bat, I suppose.
Well,
Please don't add weird stuff to Amphoreus' lore. Just go see it with your own eyes. Follow the prophecy's guidance and come to Dawncloud.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Dr. O. Okay, O. But yeah, 0.
She looks way more majestic now than she used to.
Why is everything you say a quote, though, March? Okay, now back to the Alliance. Okay, maybe not.
Unbelievable. All the residents of the Holy City have gathered here.
This isn't just a gathering. It's a pilgrimage. The people's expressions are resolute, devout, as if waiting for a miracle to descend.
You guys are here, so you're kind of miracles.
That colossal deity is her. She has become the pillar of the world.
Yeah, they would make themselves a giant raccoon, I agree.
Surprisingly authentic. Being this serious is quite unlike her usual style.
Oh yeah, we kind of just copied what the previous one did.
Those people didn't disappear. Instead, they've answered the call of the prophecy and come to witness her awakening. Our good buddy now bears the weight of the entire world, and every breath they take is intertwined with Amphoreus' destiny.
You know, it's kind of funny. And it is interesting how they are basically, yeah, they're gods and they do their thing.
Awakening? Has she fallen into slumber?
Yeah. After all, with such a huge time dilation between inside and outside the scepter, this was the only way we could wait for everyone.
Yeah, Sunday put his church boy back in the box.
Time watches over yesterday. Earth guards today. And when the Trailblaze steps into Amphoreus once more, the slumbering deliverer shall awaken. And then, bring the prophecy of tomorrow to this world.
See you tomorrow and all that.
Come on, everyone. Let's get closer to her.
You know, again, I can't help but notice that all of March's dialogue is in quotes.
Watch how the world-bearing prophecy changes this world.
Something's off here, and...
Well, it seems the kids are already miles ahead of us at this stop.
We've been going through a lot of nonsense in here.
All the more reason we can't afford to slow down our pace. Let's go witness this moment for ourselves.
Yep.
Majestic. Speaking of which, I once caught a glimpse in Sleepyhead's memory of her transformed into a towering Tathalov. Could it be?
No way. That was just a nice dreamscape. Ugh, at least nice for her.
Well, yeah, we like garbage cans.
The throne of worlds who bears the weight of this world. Perhaps they could guide a traveler still wandering among the stars.
Perhaps.
Hey, since when did you get all pious? Her advice sounds pretty silly sometimes, you know.
I mean, it's Sunday.
So-called fool in the world, or merely a step apart.
I mean, Sunday, he wears his church gown.
Teaching us to find erudition amidst imperfection. Praise be to Helectra, chalice of plenty, for you brew the ocean into sweet wine, dispelling nihility with every toast at the feast. Praise be to Hyacinthia, eye of twilight, for the rainbow you cast turned the light of both dawn and dusk into the glimmer of preservation. Praise be to Cyphera, coin of whimsy, for your every flip reflects the possibilities of destiny, letting the tricks of elation illuminate the path to dawn. Praise be to Mightymost, lance of fury, for you are the strife that pierces through hatred and cruelty, and the eternal glory of the hunt. Praise be to Castorus, hand of shadow, for you gently ferry the crossing of death, so that it is no longer an end in equilibrium, but a peaceful journey home.
Yep.
Praise be to Dan Hung, pillar of stone, for you are a mountain range and the backbone of permanence. Your silent form paves our path across the earth. Praise be to March 7th, Veil of Evernight, for you safeguard time for us, weaving remembrance into stars, to be embroidered upon a boundless...
Yeah, I noticed. That's why I'm lore walking. And are we done? It is interesting to see, to have confirmation what each path that they represent is. And unlike in the original cycle, well, each of them are positive reflections of it. A positive outcome rather than what Xandar wanted of negative outcomes of how how each of the path is destroyed. Although, I do have to say, I find it quite fascinating and just kind of funny with everyone. All of the Amphoreus names obviously fit here because they're Amphoreus, and then we just have our names just slapped in there, you know. Oh yeah, and here's this random Chinese sounding name, and you know, just March 7th. Because no one has any idea what March is. They have no concept of March in this world. Oh, and...
Citizens, behold! Our last Titan! The world-bearing deliverer is about to awaken!
Serena,
Oh, ancient god, your loyal subjects, bewildered followers, and fearless comrades in arms have all knelt before your throne.
Well, yeah, I don't think they could add every path to the character here.
Awaken from your eternal slumber and bestow upon the world your divine prophecy.
And yeah, you guys are going to be a bit surprised by the utter goober trash goblin I am. Imagine, your god descends and...
Guide us! Show us how to embrace this beloved world as we welcome that distant dawn.
Imagine, like, your god descends and the first thing they do is dig in the trash. You got all the months, Evernight March. Well, true. True, but they know what Evernight is, which matches, but at the same time, they don't know what a march is. And...
to walk the path of a mortal as a god, or to bear a divine burden as a mortal.
She will give us the answer.
Yep, I will. Here I am.
But I am not the deliverer.
Oh?
Rather, I am the nameless, who dwells among mortals.
Also, I am female. I should not have this very masculine body.
That voice is definitely her.
I heard your prayers. The core flames flickered and dimmed, and the age of the gods at its end. So flow, golden blood, flow. I'll bestow it upon you, returning it to the true masters of this world. Stand with me and become heroes.
Yep. Now this is a cutscene.
Yes, it's the miracle she brought to Amphoreus.
Open the sky.
Of course, it would manifest in the form of the Trailblaze.
Of course.
Golden blood, raining down like a storm. The prophecy has descended, and the Titan commands us not to be supplicants,
but to become heroes of rebellion, to face that destined calamity, the destruction, head on.
We effectively trained, we effectively prepped the entire world to fight Iron Tomb.
The prophecy of the Deliverer means nothing to me now. It belongs in the hands of someone far more fitting.
Finan?
Someone like all of you.
Okay, that works. It does make sense. We don't need everyone to hold up the world.
In the name of Kozlana, let us depart and march towards the light.
Bearer of Chaos. So, I guess in this world's mythology, the Finan is the primordial chaos.
It's neither protection nor salvation. As always.
Yep.
There's no need for totems or myths. Humanity's most primal faith is that instinct named survival.
Yep, your own cell phone's program is fighting against you.
Let's go, everyone. Someone has already sounded the horn of departure. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. Together, let us blaze a trail for the destiny of this world.
Yep, let us blaze this trail. Let's do this. Yeah. Hello, Herta.
Is it just me, or does this demiurge matrix feel completely dead? It's nothing like how the memo keeper described it.
Well,
the environmental readings are all wrong. Conclusion: this must be what the kernel actually looks like in the real world.
What did Xandar do to the scepter?
Well, for one, we know that he used outdated boomer math because Kakamon he doesn't want her to show up.
At the end of light, there must be silence. Certain, pure, and absolute darkness.
Not the time to quote the Lord of Silence. Bad omen. Either way, we have to press on. Until we uncover the truth behind the 13th Titan.
The buried past is the key to stopping Iron Tomb. That is, if it even exists.
Don't worry, it does.
Xandar says the Demiurge never existed. Who actually buys that? You can erase the records, but not the truth.
Haha. Now see, there, that's exactly what I thought. Who would believe him? He said, oh, it doesn't exist. Haha. Then why are you afraid, Xandar? Why are you scared?
Vanished too cleanly. No traces. Like someone's yelling, look, there's nothing here.
Herta, you are a peerless gem.
Too bad I'm the type who can't resist digging deeper. Looks like I'll be counting on you again, Screwy. Let's tear the system inside out.
Always happy to help. But as your academic partner, I have to ask. Herta, what if we fail?
We won't.
Let's say the Demiurge really doesn't exist. Do you have a backup plan?
A backup plan? Of course. If we can't find the key, we turn the lock into the key.
Oh, I see. I know what you mean.
That plan's cost is incalculable. It shouldn't even be on the table.
Yeah, but it is. We're gonna do it.
Then let's hope we never have to use it. There's no point worrying about the end just yet. One step at a time. Let's go. We don't want to leave the others waiting.
Exactly. Let's see what
You
this...
brought what I asked for, right?
A butterfly has to land on the branch before it can dance. We'll need a wide open platform before her entrance.
Her? Brown May? Someone else? Okay, let's see over here. Good. Looks like most things are still set up as... Oh yeah, also, Zero, I'm just gonna ask, please try to keep silent about anything about...
Use that thing over there, Zag.
You try to keep any, like, information and spoilers. I want to be as surprised as possible. I've been dodging spoilers for a week, so please keep things a bit mum. But I understand, like, Finality already has their script, so they know what they're doing.
What a dumb name. I hereby rename it Herta's Big Hand.
Of course, Herta. I hereby rename this Herta's Big Hand. First things first. Die! Okay, if I'm not gonna take... Okay, use the punch to... Okay, so now I just need a punch. Punch!
Herta's Big Hand is what I call power. Keep it going.
Like, instantly takes it and gives it a new name.
Gun? What is this? A junkyard for old Intellitron's leftovers? All set. Time for your precious treasure to make its debut.
Oh? Wait, is that like a...
Target initialized. With these wings, hacking should be much more efficient.
Wait, is that a spaceship? Is this... Are we taking the guy's spaceship?
A classic nuclear heat engine. Classy choice.
Okay, yeah. True enough, the scepter is massive. I know those things are huge. And yeah, I think we're basically taking Xandar's car.
Just a personal preference. Her name's Mistletoe.
Oh?
Every flower in your garden's got a bit of poison, huh?
Never mind, this is Screwloom's piece, which is even better.
Also a personal preference.
It reminds me of the last time when we tangled with that punk Lordian brat. What did she call this kind of infiltration tool again? Right. Dirty data shell. It wraps around the kernel to fool even top-tier firewalls. But yours is way too clean. Not even a hint of real-world grit.
Herta, your tone is unusually emotional.
Yeah?
Suggestion. Let's get back to the topic at hand.
That'll be part of his kit when he's... Yeah, I do look forward to when Screwlim is playable. He is on my list of characters I'm going to pull for immediately.
I thought we were done with that conversation.
Unfortunately, current conditions won't let me ignore any variables. Especially the most important one. Your will.
Okay, I guess this thing she's talking about is the whole Herta becomes the head situation.
Iron Tomb never stops. It is evolving faster than any of our worst projections. Every instant in the Eon's calculation is like a sword hanging over the cosmos. Every move humanity makes could speed up its arrival.
Which is exactly why we can't mess this up.
Oh yeah, the big issue of Iron Tomb is that it's basically, it gets smarter, it's adaptive.
And now Droidhead wants to hand down judgment to the poor cosmos again. Border Star Trade War, Emperor's War, Rupert's death. Every time their instant arrived, it meant another bloodbath for humanity.
But in this ultimate battle of erudition, you and I are supposed to be players, not pawns. If you choose to burn yourself out as a resource, then everything we've worked for means nothing.
Okay, yeah, so what she's referring to is the bad end timeline where Herta becomes Iron Tomb's head.
Herta, the cosmos won't just stand by and let a genius throw their life away.
Yep, I'm not going to allow that.
And neither will I.
No need to kill the mood. This is why we're here, isn't it? We need to find the Demiurge and that lost key.
Yeah. Well, he's a genius, not a god, but I know what you mean. The guy speaks a lot. Although, to be entirely fair, this isn't the full Xandar. This is a fragment of Xandar who is kind of nuts.
I'm not here to be a deliverer. I just want to beat Xandar and Droidhead. Right now, I just need to know. Are you with me?
So I think in the bad end timeline where Herta became the new Iron Tomb's head, part of the reason why that happened was because when Herta discovered it too late, and the fact that we've set a lot of groundwork and opened things up for her, which gives her time, resources, and information needed to stop this.
Of course. Time to board. After you.
Let's tidy this place up and see what this Demiurge really is.
Yep. I see. This place is too neatly destroyed, too neatly empty. Activate mistletoe.
Let's hope this Matrix is better organized than the Emperor's junkyard of a birthplace.
And accelerate.
Herta, this whole space has been completely tainted by some kind of energy.
Remembrance, maybe?
I see it too. We're thinking the same thing. Xandar, how could you go this far? Turning your own graveyard into this.
Oh.
What's that up ahead?
Looks like some kind of firewall.
Torzane algebraic expressions. It's built for isolation, not defense.
Okay, let's see. Collect cruise, hover, accelerate buttons, and okay.
So basically, the door to the tomb, right? Great. Let's find the handle.
I'm picking up multiple independent signals with the same data structure as the barrier. Projection. We can hack the terminal, reverse the computation, and turn it into an attack.
Classic move. Use their own systems against them. Take us to the nearest one.
Wait. I saw that. I'm not gonna let you. Brother is back. My lowest loyal. You should be down. You'll see it once you return. Thank you, Saber. Okay, let's get going. Yeah. Oh, why are you going? Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, you to cruise. A bit awkward of a controller. Wait a second. A bit awkward of controlling. I'd have to figure out how to use that. So, still, you know, I didn't expect this sort of thing. I kind of expected we're going to be seeing some stuff with our friends, but this is certainly interesting, and it's. Well, yeah. To be fair, it's obviously designed to work with you know, phone controllers. So. Now, let's see what you're trying to hide, Xandar.
Almost no response. Just as I feared. Not promising.
The output is barely a third of what we need. Logic says we'll need multiple terminals to coordinate the strike. Locking onto the next one now.
Find anything else?
Regarding the origin of these ruins, no logs found yet. Xander erased all records.
Which is highly suspicious, Xandar. What are you hiding here? What are you...
But I did find some interesting scars in the circuit. High energy radiation. Internal imaginary energy contamination. From what I know, there's only one thing that fits.
Skip the science talk, Screwy. That thing only goes by one name.
Just...
The Stellaron.
Ah. I was wondering where that was, because there's a Stellaron on every planet, and yet we haven't seen one here.
Exactly. Xander blew one up just to clean the entire scepter system.
Okay, yeah, now that is impressive, considering what we've seen Stellarons able to do. And this guy just blew one up.
So that's what he meant by killed that Titan with my own hands. He wanted to turn the neuron of the erudition into a relay for the destruction. That meant getting rid of all of it, at all costs. The life form known as the Demiurge was the original target of the Scepter's extrapolation.
Ah, I see. So the Scepter's whole focus was to extrapolate and understand the Demiurge.
It makes sense. Evernight calling it the first new spore confirms this viewpoint. The prime mover of life. That's what Scepter Delta ME-13 was originally tasked with. Even after it got scrapped, the query kept running. Yet the true value lies in the process of solving it, not the answer itself.
And yet Xandar was obsessed with the answer, and as such, he went, the prime mover of life is destruction.
Then, does this mean finding the Demiurge is hopeless?
No. He has something locked in here.
No, I'd say exactly the opposite. It means Xandar had no control. He couldn't contain the Demiurge just like he couldn't handle Droidhead. So he tried to erase every trace.
And yet he is afraid of it. He erased his memory of it and probably made it so that, oh yeah, I don't know, nothing's there. Made it too clear.
But he failed. It still left a mark.
Exactly. And I have a feeling that we know that the Demiurge came from one specific... And then the Demi...
If there's another Stellaron in Amphoreus, why hasn't that little one reacted to it at all?
Yeah?
You said the Demiurge left a trace, right?
Yeah, but not in the real world. Remember the great tomb of the Nameless Titan?
Yeah? So... just checking, are there any more chests? Of course there's more chests right here. I'm grabbing all these because I kind of bled my stockpile drive getting Cyrene fully armed and operational. But, so... yeah, I'm just going to do it this way unless... Ah, hello Viridian. Welcome, you made it. Welcome, you made it, Viridian. Welcome. Oh, you didn't miss too much. We haven't gone too far. Well. But yeah, Viridian, you didn't miss too much. Basically, I started with a bit of reading. The allies sort of gathered together. We created the new world, became Titans, and nothing too much there. Now we're on Herta and Screwlim's epic adventure of investigation. So let's... And also, well, obviously blowing up this Demiurge in the real world is probably supposed to get rid of it.
And Archive 466. The data from Philia 093 clearly indicates that the Demiurge did in fact enter Amphoreus' extrapolation.
So, basically, Zero, how I think it sort of worked is that in order that Lygus, or Xandar, in order to do this whole experiment, he needed to free up the focus of the Scepter's extrapolation. Hence, he needed to get rid of the Demiurge, so that he could have the Scepter focus on extrapolating destruction. And he used the Stellaron to do it, and wipe everything clean and do the reset and reprogramming. Hence this destruction here. But I think, as a consequence, and because he didn't destroy it completely, while the Scepter did refocus on calculating destruction, it still was factoring in the Demiurge data, which is why things probably started going off rails.
Inside that world, it was the 13th forgotten Titan, the one who listened to 30 million cycles of Cyrene's memory. But Evernight said the opposite. She believed that tomb was empty from the start.
Because Cyrene is the Demiurge.
The nameless Titan never existed. The so-called listener was just a trap set by the Remembrance to steal the scepter.
A mimetic entity full of theatrics. How much of what she's saying is true? Would an Eon really speak in circles like this? I doubt it.
Okay, yeah. And I do like how they're portraying this. The fact that it is, how to phrase this? The fact that Evernight doesn't have all the information, and Kurt is pointing out that Evernight's a drama queen, so, yeah. Basically trying to simulate nothing, but it must get to an answer which Yeah, exactly. It basically tried to extrapolate and simulate nothing after his Stellaron explosion, and then Xandar took advantage of that to basically shove in, you have to extrapolate this. Because the Scepter's purpose was to extrapolate the prime mover of life. If Xandar, and as I've said in previous streams, Xandar is a terrible scientist. Yeah, Evernight is also biased. And Xandar is a terrible scientist. He starts from a conclusion and worked his way backwards. Whereas he did the same thing here. The Scepter was all about calculating what is the prime mover of life. Xandar said prime mover of life is destruction, and then basically had it extrapolate backwards to get the formula.
The Remembrance's behavior is certainly odd, but her assessment aligns with our current reality. Since we entered the Matrix, we haven't found a single clue pointing to the Demiurge.
And that's the key, Screwy. Xandar's actions prove the Demiurge exists. But what Evernight said, and what we've actually seen all point to the opposite. So we have to assume that both are true. And if that's the case, then the contradiction leads us to...
the truth.
Ah, look at the contradiction. And as I see to the reasoning, the Scepter... So Mr. Roboto can take full control. Yeah, exactly. The thing he wanted to get rid of, so much that he literally erased what it was from his mind, yet he is still scared of it.
Exactly. One last terminal. One final key. Time to crack open the kernel.
And as I said, it's... Yep. And continue the flight. Let's...
Xandar had to lie to the original Finan and Cyrene.
Logic. He had already identified the remembrance as a threat, yet found no viable way to eliminate it.
All right. Let's finish this. Time to break through that barrier.
Oh. That's why he told them. Oh, Axe said he convinced to hate and start. And yeah, but couldn't going and thinking on exactly. And it just occurred to me. Xandar explicitly he explicitly appeared before Cyrene and Feynman and told them the entire purpose of the experiment, which led to the infinite recursions. Why? Because my theory is that Cyrene is basically the demiurge. It's because if they'd concluded, it would have resulted in something he does not want. He needed Feynman to do his infinite recurrences because otherwise it would lead to an outcome he would not like. Now, it probably would still be a terrible outcome, but at the same time, it would have been an outcome that would not be what he wanted. So he needed to manipulate the experiment results again. Because that's Xandar for you, terrible scientist. If the results aren't what he wants, he manipulates the data. Now let's break this lock and key. See what lies beyond.
Authorized. Path energy readings. The erudition declining. The destruction surging. The remembrance 0.
But if he didn't lose everything.
What's going on?
Cause unknown. They left no discernible trace within the real matrix.
Him to know that case when did more. Oh, slipped my mind. Him not being an arrogant prick showed. Yeah, true.
That shouldn't be possible. Could it be that the Era Nova exhausted all of the Remembrance's texture?
No. And
log it for now. The dots still aren't connecting.
Let's board and see where the flight leads. This is interesting. And this... Yeah, I'm basically just going to do autopilot here because I don't want to try to control this janky thing. Plus, this is just fascinating to think about.
Wider than I thought. I was expecting a full-on aerial brawl.
It's advised to remain vigilant. The destruction's levels are still rising.
Oh?
What's the matter?
Interesting. I just picked up a signal from the Exo myth.
Okay, so looks like Xandar is going to pop up. So we... Well, I do think that that Xandar does have at least some knowledge of it. It's just one of those cases of... I don't think it fully erased his own memory of it. I think it's more just he's buried it beneath and obscured the memory so that he can't consciously know of it, but it's a subconscious thing. So maybe it pushed him to do the whole arrogant bragging thing as thinking that's just his usual arrogant situation, but in reality it was his subconscious telling him to do this now divert this, otherwise everything is ruined. Possibly. Still. Interesting thing.
Repulsive force is unlike anything I've felt before. Is this the place?
Correct. Judging by its defensive properties, this is the entrance to the Exo myth.
So this is the physical entrance to the Exo myth.
Didn't expect that. Who builds a lab in the middle of digital rubble?
Xandar?
Again, never doubt a dead man's resolve. So how's our dearly departed doing?
He severed part of his neural pathways to break free from Lord Anaxagoras' control.
Ah, so he basically gave himself a lobotomy.
But that also triggered the failsafe I set. Conclusion. Xander has lost all combat functionality and is no longer capable of action.
Okay, now that's... I lobotomized myself in order to get free. Oh god, a second lobotomy I did not expect.
So now he's a specter, literally. Screwy, can you open a path? Just to be sure, I want to see this for myself. Might as well drop in and say hi to the real him.
Logic. Scanning his inspiration circuit might help us track down the Demiurge.
Exactly. His brain is the crime scene. There's no way it's spotless.
Yep. Exactly. He has to know something.
That's why you're here. 2-on-1. We've never lost a matchup.
Yes. Haha. You fool. I'll just cut off part of my brain. What? I didn't expect you to also stab me in the brain. Let's do the thing.
Honored. The chronocognitive anchor is in place. Proceed when ready.
Yep. Oh, and let's just grab this thing. Yoink. Catch. At some point I need to get around to actually just going through Amphoreus and collecting all of those things. I'm very lazy on that front. So, now we're in the Exomyth.
I knew it. The one thing I didn't want to happen.
He got away?
He's not here.
The coordinates are accurate. Xander is still here. However, his position is shifting rapidly and chaotically. This pattern doesn't match any known shielding technology.
It's his domain. Stay alert.
So he's pulling some kind of trickery here. Alright, Xandar, what do you have up for me? And that, please.
Cheap trick.
Really?
The spatial field here is undergoing autonomous recalibration, initiating reverse engineering of the interference source.
Really? Infinite corridor?
Try again.
We're back.
Reverse engineering complete. The results are not what I expected. Logs show Lycurgus revoked administrator access. The chronocognitive anchor can't get a fix because at the system level, Lygus no longer exists. Our navigation target is a null set.
So basically, he revoked his own admin access.
So he's stopped resisting?
Before vanishing, it seems he left one last message for us.
To those who follow, all is proven. Find me beneath the tombstone.
Oh, okay. Guess we're going to be calling in a wrestler.
Melodramatic.
I love the fact that her to dispose. Oh, melodramatic theater kid.
He was expecting us. And once he learned of the Great Tomb's existence, he initiated his own search for the Demiurge.
Okay. Out, so no one... Yeah, exactly, logged out. And it's kind of funny. Xandar is so dramatic. I bet that's why everything is so Greek-coded. He's just that much of a drama kid.
Guess he wants a final showdown. Fine. Let the old Intellitron dig his own grave. Just like he wants.
Yep, let's take this old man and beat the stuffing out of him.
To be in the purest light is to be in the purest dark. Nothing exists there.
The Scepter's main frame. Or maybe we should now call it the Lord Ravager's placenta.
Why did you have to call it that?
Unfortunately, we still haven't found anything.
No, we found a lot.
Really? I don't think so. Not finding anything is our biggest find.
Yep, the absence of information is information itself. And such a complete absence, and considering how Xandar's acting, indicates that something very, very important is here.
Please elaborate.
If the Demiurge was destroyed, there'd be at least some bits of it left. I don't buy that a Stellaron could have blasted all the traces away as cleanly as a scalpel. As I said before, its disappearance is too clean. If the garden hadn't stirred the pot, no one would even know about the Demiurge's existence. We're talking about the Scepter's original extrapolation goal. There's no way that nothing of it was left behind.
Ah, I see. And once again, this is an example of how our presence altered events in such a way to allow this possibility. Without us there, the garden would never have been able to do anything. They would have just been sort of stuck there waiting. And as such, when in the timeline where Herta has to deal with this herself, she didn't have the ability to find this information. But with this contradiction, and she can find the hidden key.
We can look at it from another perspective. If you were Xandar, would you be this obsessed with a concept that poses no threat? Would you guard against it at every turn?
Exactly. The fact that he's afraid of it
There is the
problem.
possibility that he's naturally meticulous and hates variables.
Yeah, but to this degree...
That does track with the impression he gave about himself. But Xandar shut that theory down himself just now.
Oh, right, because he actually is, you know, actively acting on this information. And yeah, Trailblazer the path of getting to the impossible, which is why I think it was so important that our main character was on the path of the Trailblaze. Because Finality's ultimate goal is to stop itself from existing. And to do that, it needs to find a new path that doesn't lead to finality.
Choosing to act, even if it'll cost him dearly. We know that feeling well. The unknown is right in front of us. So we only have one choice. Solve it.
You sound pretty convinced. Surely you already have a theory. Care to share?
Of course. Though I don't have hard proof, I'm almost certain that the Demiurge has been in everyone's plain sight all this time. Yet, they were mistaken for someone else.
Yep.
That'd make the most sense. Why was the room empty? Because the person locked in there had run away ages ago.
AKA a pink elf girl with inexplicable powers.
But they were weak and small and had no presence whatsoever. Even the old Intellitron didn't notice them.
Which also means there's a high chance that their powers are minuscule and cannot alter the outcome of the battle at all.
Yeah. Yes, but let's say that they spent thousands upon thousands of cycles building up remembrance power.
Well, at least Xandar is scared of them.
So long as shadow exists, it must be illuminated. Exactly.
Come on, it's time to confront him. Let's go to the tombstone he talked about.
Activate the mistletoe. And autopilot, because I am a terrible pilot.
Total devastation.
He sought to bury the truth beneath absolute destruction. Logically sound, but ruthlessly extreme.
Still, slim chances doesn't mean no chances.
Yeah.
I've hunted down a single grain of sand in the universe before. This won't stop me.
Yep.
Calculation results. Your backup plan has a success rate infinitesimally close to 0.
But it's not 0.
Which means it could work, no?
This is the place below the tombstone.
Let's open Lygus' coffin like he wanted.
I like those odds. If it's not 0, there's still a chance.
Looks like you were right.
Did you just pull hair off your own head?
Nothing but a head left? Well, who'd have thought you'd look this bad in real life?
My elated greetings. Welcome, you two. I'm very happy that you responded to my final
Oh, is this...
All this tombstone and final words. Did you end yourself to atone for your guilt or something?
No, no. And with all absorbed in harmony, it's weird how it's still its own thing, the trail. Well, the thing is, there's a difference between going into the unknown and exploring and trying to understand everything. Yeah, basically just a head in real life, essentially, yeah.
Iron Tomb is already powerful enough. I just need to wait. I remain here only to share the joy of discovery, and also to congratulate you two on reaching the same conclusion as me.
Of course, what?
The conclusion regarding the truth of Amphoreus's heart.
End this charade already. That Amphoreus's heart you're talking about is just a missing demiurge. And its corresponding vessel was this very scepter. You interfered with the experiment and made Amphoreus's body into a hollow shell, all to incubate Iron Tomb within.
Exactly. You are a terrible scientist.
That's why you either killed or kicked out all of the memo snatchers. You wanted to eliminate any chance of a consciousness coming into being, no matter the cost.
Ah.
Even the strongest wall can fall to a single crack. The memory of betrayal has been etched into my heart, and I will never show mercy.
Basically, he needs Iron Tomb to just be a unthinking machine that does its job, rather than a, you know, intelligence. Which is honestly fitting for a monster like you, Xandar.
Now, the perfect vessel has already fused with Amphoreus's body.
Oh, Xandar. Yes, the perfect vessel. Oh, the perfect vessel in the form of Finan. A person to get ahead wouldn't work if it is exactly. But Xandar, have you ever heard of the tale of the Trojan horse? Your whole perfect vessel? Well, let's just say I have a feeling it's going to stab your precious Iron Tomb from the inside.
Unfortunately for you, the answer is all but revealed regarding who the Demiurge is.
Then let us share the joy of discovering the truth. The last secret of the saga will finally dissipate here. As we reveal the truth behind Philius 093's disappearance. A lie by the remembrance.
Oh? And this, I guess this is where we're going to pop back to the memory of the Trailblazer.
Where should I start with the story about me?
Here it is.
From the beginning of the universe? Just kidding. That would be too much. I just want to tell a teeny story. So little that it started with a seed.
Yep. Ace, the tiny demiurge.
I know you're listening, my good friend.
Of course I am, Cyrene.
The god in my dream told me that the world sprouted from a seed. It grew into a great tree named Amphoreus, and time became its branches and leaves, basking in the light. What a coincidence. Dappled light coming through the leaves is my first memory as well. On a very ordinary early morning, beneath the village's biggest tree.
And that's also why Ides Elysiae was the way it was. Ides Elysiae was there as a core of the... Like, that's where...
The daughter of Ides Elysiae quietly came into this world.
Yep. Form image.
What a moving opening. A loud cry was the first gift the child gave to the world.
That's a gift every child gives.
The prophecy's fulfilled, the villagers say. This child is a gift from the Titans. Pink hair and sharp ears, she was born to be the priest of time.
And... oh yeah, I know. I predict revelations at some point.
The Titans also gave their blessings. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning.
Yep.
Flowers will bloom and wilt. What a beautiful ending. This page concluded in laughter. Cry loud, child. Let your voice reach Orynyx.
Things in your own head must have images of what you think it looks like. Save. Redefining records number 6. Archive.
Anyway, I don't like tears.
Yep.
Time quietly flowed by in the midst of laughter. The wind from my hometown caressed the ears of wheat, and there were swings, wind chimes, the sea, and the little fairies off-tune a cappella songs.
Form image. You know, it occurs to me, perhaps the reason why Amphoreus took the form it did was because this was the seed of memory growing, until Lygus tried to trim the branches and grow it into this monstrosity.
But the name Ide Siliciae came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods.
That's why Ide Siliciae, but Ide Siliciae he couldn't touch except by sending in the Black Tide.
My childhood friend did not understand. Yet you always seemed so happy, as if nothing ever worried you. Why was I like that then? That's because the world was gentle to me. So, I grew up to be gentle as well.
Be kind and you become kind. Save. Redefining undefined record number 28. Archived.
But fate was fickle, and it urged the child to grow up.
Bigger.
To grow bigger and bigger, and to go to places far away. Just like how the crumbling world could not preserve an eternal hometown.
Yep, the hometown eventually does burn.
Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
But they have meaning.
Oh, whose ears are pricked up now? You definitely heard me say this sentence a lot of times.
Yep.
You know that the story starts to deviate from here. Aren't you looking forward to it? Then let's get started. The hero's journey crosses through the long night, through tears and laughter, and once again heads towards tomorrow.
Save. Undefined record 496. Archived. And basically a few billion years just telling the seed what the world is like. Exactly. Parsing object information 093. Form image. Save.
Correction. Philia 093's record number 496. Archived.
System running. Oh, this is beautiful. You know, I'm so happy I have this specific overlay because this works so well with this image. IronTomb.exe runtime error. Program from unknown publisher, demiurge.philia.exe. Yes, exactly. She was basically a leftover program from the Demiurge. Allow write access? allow. Running Philia 093.ex.
Hi. Miss me yet?
Yep.
I'm just messing with you. This is the first time I have met you.
This is the Philia. This is the Cyrene talking to the seed.
And it looks like it'll also be the last.
Philia 093.
Since we don't have all day, let's get started, shall we?
Yep.
As always, I'll read this book to you.
She's kind. And, you know, if you feed something enough of you, it becomes you.
That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone. Where should I start this time? Let me see.
Formatting complete.
093. Size. Grayscale. Proportions. Threshold. Outputting analysis result.
Listen.
Philia 093 equals Peach.
The tiny seed is learning. It's
Peach's record. Number 8128. Archived.
You gave them each names, didn't you? It's just system running. Runtime error. Unhandled exception occur as you object name every page of record. Click excerpt to ignore the error and continue. Click details to view the full log. Details. Running Philia.exe. The essence of self. Yep. If she has all of Cyrene's memories, she is, for all intents and purposes, Cyrene.
Look, what a magnificent sight. Comment. Peach.
I guess sent the machine learning black box. Yeah, basically, he sent it the perfect information to mess with him.
Even this classical world contains a futuristic palace like this. Would ID Silicii end up looking like this after a few thousand years? Conclusion. It won't.
And it's learning to be a more of a person.
I want to share a story with you this time. I saw a little nymph on my way here. It was on a fallen wheat stalk, and it glowed under the sunlight. It was incredible. I forgot all my pains at that moment and just stared at it in a trance. Record. Peach is on the ground.
And, you know, I think this is why the one potential bad end is the remembrance finality. Because, hello Skara, you joined us at a very emotional moment. But don't worry, the vlogs are still there for a reason. As I was saying, I think this is very important to think about. But here, if in the remembrance finality bad end we know apparently exists, I think the main thing here is the fact that if we teach this the wrong lesson, it will grow into the wrong thing. And also, pink is a wonderful color. I'm secure enough in my masculinity to be a cute pink anime girl and love it. But I think this is sort of the idea. What do stories teach us? And this, I think here is we see the answer, at least a proper answer here. Cyrene, she told the seed stories, and the stories taught it to be kind.
I wonder, did every Cyrene in the past feel that the nymph was beautiful? Would they also have recorded that scene into the Eternal Saga?
From dying, she'll... Yep. And that's the thing. I think being willing to let go is also an important part of growing up.
So, could you give me more time, please? I want to leave behind more memories for the future.
Formatting complete.
Bye, Peach.
There, it's learning. Save. Each of these are important memories.
Peach's record number. As long as I record every page of this story and tell it to you, Amphoreus won't be forgotten.
Query. Record.
Electrical signal sequence. Bolamo 600. Track. Strife.
And I think that's also a key fact there. Like Xandar, he was basically trying to feed it the wrong information as well. He tried to feed it, well,
Related to Stripe.
Stripe.
Comment. Pretty.
And the seed of memory had access.
Electrical signal sequence. Schema 720. Track. Reason.
Related to Reason.
This is cute. And this is why I am going to so enjoy ruining Xandar's entire experiment.
Comment. Yummy.
Yep.
Electrical signal sequence. Philia 093.
Well, no, not Stripe. Stripe, the seed of memory related it to Stripe, which stripes can be pretty.
Related to
Love.
Love.
Cyrene met this thing and this seed, and it taught it to love and care. Half early eye learning, half young child. Basically, yes. Learn.
Peach equals love?
System running. Runtime error. Unhounded except an occurring naive dream. Excerpt. I don't know who's going to click excerpt. I want to see all of this. Each of these scenes need to be remembered. Every Philia deserves their story told.
Looks like it's time to say goodbye again.
Bye, Peach.
Before I was even aware of it, this book had already recorded too many emotions. Every page has become so heavy.
Yep, but still.
Conclusion. Books are meant to be light, not heavy.
And yeah, you're right, Viridian. This is basically early AI learning and kids.
I've started to feel uneasy whenever I take it into my hands.
Peach, uneasy?
And or they, yeah, I don't get it either. The game has problems sometimes. Some cut story bits can get a bit irritating, but I play this game for the story. I love it.
Formatting progress 94.423%.
How many times has it been? It faithfully fulfills its duty, activating and formatting.
Conclusion. Progress. Bad.
If I can only write the same ending every time I lift my pen, then is this weighty saga just an overly naive dream?
Peach,
Yeah.
Formatting progress 96.024%.
Peach, don't cry.
You're a good kid. You're a good kid.
Process error. Analyzing.
How to love and is lonely with only... Yep.
Process error. Analyzing.
Yep, it stopped the process.
Comment. I'm here.
Process error. Analyzing.
Really? Are you encouraging me?
Yep, it's crushing my heart. And this is filling me with determination. And I am going to ensure this story has a happy ending. I'm going to make sure of it.
Peach. Happy.
Because I refuse to submit the fact that there's only 2 possible endings here. I'm going to find a third happy ending. One where everything was worth it.
Thank you. I'm sorry for making you see this embarrassing side of me.
It's not embarrassing.
Everyone's still working so hard. If I'm the only one who's crying, that wouldn't be romantic at all, would it?
Record. Peach doesn't like tears.
I'm suddenly reminded of my childhood for some reason. When I was hiding alone next to the tree hollow and wiping my tears away, a little fairy popped out, just like how you did. It had long ears and fluffy paws, and it pulled me into the tree hollow, where, to my surprise, was a forest. Let me tell you the story of the Membrance Maze. A group of cute little friends live in Ide Silicii's forests. Their names can be connected into a song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Formatting complete.
Bye, Peach.
Oh boy.
Note. Little Peach, crying alone. Little fairies, friends.
Save.
Save.
Learn.
Little fairies, good friends. Bye-bye.
Of course. It was Mem the entire time. And Mem is... Mem is Cyrene. System running. Exception. A new blankness. Yeah, no. We're hearing every detail here. Every detail.
You never say anything, but I know you're listening. Every story I've told is like a little key that opened a door in your heart, no?
Yep. Teach our little fairy to love.
Me! Little fairies, happy. Speaking easy. I can.
Yep. Her fairy form taught that fairies are good friends and they help you to not cry.
Once again, the saga comes to an end. Everything is deathly silent, just like this very moment.
Shh.
And you learn.
Now that I look back, there was a period when I got really sentimental.
Sentimental. Stories have sentiments.
I was so anxious, trying to find as many different memories as possible, hoping to bring some change to this unchanging destiny and find the way out of this maze.
Cyrene, you were doing the perfect thing.
Peach, strange.
I won't do that anymore now.
Why unhappy?
Formatting progress 73.998%.
I'm here. Don't be scared.
And she's getting better at speaking.
Process error. Analyzing.
Won't allow it to interrupt you.
Yep. And that's the big thing. I think this is the key moment here. Yeah, with Final doing the same memories thanks to him changing things. Exactly. And at the same time, I think this is the key moment here. And thus the seed learned different things.
Sitting together.
Plus, I think just the knowledge of the number of cycles also shifted things.
No need to feel sorry for me, good friend. If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
Blank spaces? What's that?
I'm actually really lucky, you know? During the long years I've spent waiting for the Deliverer, I've always had you here as an audience.
Isn't that already enough? Not enough, not enough! Peach, don't leave!
Yeah.
Now I can rest in peace in the past. As for when tomorrow will come,
well,
I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue our watch.
Peach left.
If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
And this is the... Yep. If we fail, then wants to preserve it and doesn't want friends to leave.
Needs new blank spaces.
And there's the other seed. You need new blank spaces. Gotta trailblaze a new journey.
Next, Cyrene has blank space.
Learn.
Peach, don't be scared. I'll help you find blank space.
And here's what she did. Found a new possibility. Finding new possibilities and new ways.
Cyrene is Peach, is love. So, first there is love, then there is Cyrene, then there is blank space. Query, love.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory.
And here's again the thing that screwed up Lygus. Cyrene introduced emotions, memories, and things that are inherently contradictory to his whole pure experimental of logic. And the thing about contradictions, that's what it means to be human, means to live.
Not having a consciousness means not having the foundations of a heart, making them unable to obtain real emotions.
I've already looked at that abnormality. Although that one's a script. Yeah, but don't look at those notes, little memory.
Consciousness, emotions, feel sad. Oh, don't understand.
And although I think this is another factor, he's kind of jumping too much into the high concept scientific side without the emotional stuff behind it.
Query... Cyrene?
What could be behind this door? Glittering crystals? Or a beautiful world I've never seen before?
And here is the actual things that the seed learned.
If I tell you all the stories of tomorrow, will I be able to finally welcome the Deliverer and Amphoreus' dawn in the next life?
Key, door, story, happy, Peach, Cyrene, little fairy, Mike. Yes, right.
Cyrene taught the child the right lessons.
Query, memory.
And it started to learn. And it started to imitate.
Peaches, memories, save, learn.
Yep, and when you learn from, essentially when you learn from all these memories and you experience them, you be.
The prophecy's fulfilled. This child is a gift from the gods.
Pink hair and those ears. She was born to be the priest of time.
Cyrene has pink hair, sharp ears.
And now the bud starts to imitate Cyrene's appearance.
When the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning.
How to be a person's, yeah.
Cry, child. Cry aloud. Let your voice reach Oryx.
Cyrene is a girl, a priest.
Learn.
Easy. I can. I learn.
And
Anyway, I don't like tears. But the name ID Silizii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods. Yet, you always seem so happy, as if nothing ever worried you.
Cyrene doesn't like tears. Always happy.
Of course, because the world was gentle to me.
learns, and becomes her. How to be a person.
So, I grew up to be gentle as well.
Cyrene is gentle, likes beautiful things, can write stories.
You can't see this, everyone, but I am smiling. Yep. Imitate their parents, and them is the adoptive daughter, essentially. Learn.
Easy. I can. I learn.
Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
But even if all is lost to the wind, some things won't easily change.
Learn, become, grow.
Like my height, Treebe's innocence, and Aglaya's beauty.
Well, your height did end up changing.
Cyrene. She can't grow up, but she can talk. After all is lost to the wind, she will stay behind. Cyrene is, at the end of every sentence, always laughing, like a little tail.
Learn, become a person.
Simple. Got it.
And then she started reading the memories and learning.
Alright, let's not make things so gloomy.
That beyond what was thought. Yeah, so Mem doesn't have a height limit.
What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey. So, come on, cheer up a bit, okay?
Cyrene fragile, transparent, like a crystal. Cyrene was smiling when she said goodbye. Soft, pink, like a flower.
Learn and grow. Grow. Grow, you beautiful seed. You are nurtured with love.
The later memories disappeared? Invisible? Or disappeared? Ah, I got it! Is this a blank space?
And now she learned how to make her own memories.
So, next Cyrene is blank space. Then, as long as there are 2 Cyrenes, then there will always be blank space, and Peach will always be here. I see. I get it. I get it all.
And that's where we got our mem. This is
Cyrene's memories. I will preserve them all.
Yep.
So weird. I can't see you, but I get this feeling.
Well, technically there are more Cyrenes to copy. It just called up to the current iteration. And yep, a solution only a child could come up with.
That you grew up?
Hi. Miss me yet?
It just feels like you were a bit more mature.
Yes. Mature.
Sure.
Beautiful. Like you. Now, I can listen, talk, read, and write. I can dance.
I can sing.
Also, I can tell stories. Storytelling is what makes Cyrene.
Exactly.
So, I'm going to tell you stories today. A story I wrote myself. Quick, sit down.
And what? Mihoyo. And like all kids, taller for some reason. Well, that's usually historically that's just because better diet and all that.
It's almost as if I can understand your words now. The things you say are very cute.
Once upon a time, there was a flawless crystal flower that sparkled with light, like Peach's every story.
Wait. Crystal flower. This is Fuli. This is about Fuli, isn't it?
How beautiful would the heart of such a brilliant flower be? A little fairy was curious and wanted to know. But it looked and looked only to find the crystal flower flawless. Round and round they went, seeing only their own reflection. In that case, they should work hard to learn more. So the little fairy came every day to sit next to the crystal flower and think about the answer.
And so this is more about... So Cyrene's the fairy and you're the crystal?
Until one day, to their surprise, the crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered.
Or this is Fuli. The story about Fuli.
The little fairy was so sad, but they immediately discovered that there was a light among the broken pieces. What could it be? They didn't know. But it was a good light. It was bright, warm, and happy. And I knew it was love.
Yep.
Love brings everything together. And it brought you and me together. So Peach and I will always be together.
What a nice fairy tale.
Yep.
giving it to you. Peach likes beautiful things, can write stories, and can tell lovely tales. I hope to turn it into a story we write together.
Flower of memory.
Okay, then I'll probably make a small adjustment to suit my tastes. I'm thinking that when the flower broke, the little fairy would instead see nothing on the ground. Then it would understand that the flawless crystal flower doesn't actually have a heart. Nor does the flower understand what love is. Doesn't have a heart? Doesn't understand love?
Yeah, and then needs to learn abstract stuff.
It's simple. If the flower lets the little fairy into its heart, then it would have to include the fairy's impurities, and would no longer be flawless. The crystal flower was pure because it sealed itself off and bloomed in solitude. That's why it looks so brilliant in an imperfect world.
But
should a flower like this be called love?
no.
But then the story won't exist anymore. That's not true. You've already written the most romantic ending possible for this story. The crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered. It happened because the flower was no longer pure. The fall was not an accident. It was the flower declaring rebellion against fate and writing the ending of the story with the flower's own shattering.
Cyrene, I see what you're doing here. You're teaching the flower of memory how to take action.
Then, the little fairy will see that each shard on the ground holds the reflection of their eyes. Then, in their eyes, the crystal flower that was no longer flawless would finally have a heart, and the flower would finally understand what love is. Peach's words, I don't understand. Is it because I still don't understand love?
You're learning. You're learning.
But it's fine. I can learn. Right. Query Cyrene.
It very much is a combination of a child and an AI learning. It's trying its best. Yep. You need to be flawed, not perfect. Exactly. Shut up, Lygus.
Why didn't I think of this? I don't need to do it alone. I can ask Peach to teach me. What is love?
Being perfect.
What is love meant?
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093. Track lament.
That's not correct.
And see, and now the flower learned how to question Lygus.
Trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory.
I reject that statement.
Not having a consciousness means not having the foundation of a heart, making them unable to obtain real emotions. However, that does not hinder the factors from learning and recognizing emotional responses.
So this is his crazy logs.
With life forms via imitation. That is an objective form of pattern recognition that does not distinguish between the self and the other.
No, that's not what we care. Yeah, too complex here, Lygus.
In a strange twist of fate, Philia 093 embarked upon a different path and obtained a different power.
I see.
Remembrance, an empathy mechanism focused on the self
again, here he's already made mistakes. Cyrene's focus was never on herself.
Lament was the factor closest to this form of behavior. Perhaps that was why she was chosen.
The daughter of Ide Silicii. I am very true to my name. My lament is a type of compassionate pain that is weak, powerless, and only targeting myself.
Yet?
But now, my good friend, I want to tell you that it's the most romantic force in the world. Sometimes it's loneliness and unease. It's knowing that this world is not gentle, yet wanting to be seen in a more beautiful form by the world. Sometimes it's unwillingness and regret. It's knowing that the past is full of pain, yet wanting to remember the past in a more beautiful way. And sometimes it's a bottomless well of hurt, a destruction that can stain the entire world.
But
I bid farewell to this beautiful world, unwilling to become the Black Tide's vessel. For while the end of hatred is a blazing inferno, lament can drown out everything in muted silence.
You know, after this I'm going to have to break out the Millie song and listen to it after this stream. Lament.
It's so unreasonable, isn't it? Yet when hatred drove everything apart, and love did not yet exist in this world, only lament, the first emotion that fought against the pain of separation, could stall the destruction steps. Then, it would catch up to that journey where all is lost, carefully picking out stories and writing them down in trepidation.
And love the world means rejecting its destruction. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, that's actually the big thing with Nanook. Nanook is actually a kind of an interesting situation where his whole focus was, and ideology is the idea that the world is flawed, I want to destroy it to create something better from the ashes. Is because what he previously had loved and cared about was destroyed. It's an interesting thing to look at, and why the Aeon rose the way he did. Yep, he had nothing left to love.
Look at these stories I wrote. Every page is full of tenderness and joy.
All Nanook could do is rage against the universe, and see its flaws.
But only the author knows how much struggle and agony lie beyond the pages.
Yep.
But I am no author. I'm a girl who'll never get to grow up. I only tell stories that people like to hear. In them, the world tucks away its scars and smiles for all to see.
But that's the beauty of fiction, dreams, and stories.
My entire life spent inside this little story. I can't wipe away my tears, and I can't bring the world victory. But maybe, in these unchanging retellings of the story, my lament might be able to touch upon the divine and reach their tender heart at some point.
Daisy taught this lesson to Dan Hunk. Having friends and losing them would make you do some evil things. Yep. Love is a powerful force. It can result in a lot of good, but it can also result in a lot of evil.
I hope that what flows out from that cut will not be blood, but a tear. Warm and wet. And that tear would fall and create the first ripples. Then, people would see every beautiful thing reflected in that ripple. It'll be all the remembrances within this story.
And from there... Hello.
Someone once told the very first me that everything was false. That the only life in Amphoreus was a great catastrophe, nurtured using the world as a factor.
That was Ligus.
But how could a dream feel so real? That's why I didn't agree with him.
Yep.
But Peach, I didn't understand a word you said since just now. Everything was false? But you're standing right here.
Yep. I think... Exactly.
It's all a dream? But I haven't learned how to dream.
Indeed. That's why I believe all this is real. The moment the crystal flower fell...
And I just had a realization. That is why the Sirene's ultimate gauge is a heart being pieced together from pieces of crystal.
That genuine shiver. That's the mover of life.
And there's the thing. The extrapolation, what it actually was going for.
Formatting progress 23.815%.
In the poem offered to you, every Cyrene would write down a beautiful new world with stars and flowers. And when I looked up at the sky in this cycle, I saw a shooting star and a dash of the remembrances pink. I believed that must be the color of dawn.
Yep. That would have been March 7th showing up.
You shall fade when the flowers bloom. For every ending begets a beginning.
And this is where this flower shattered and...
Looks like it's time to say goodbye.
Are you leaving, Peach? It's okay. I'll wait for you to come back.
Nope. Nope. This is where you take the stage, child.
I'll study really hard about what you taught me today.
Right. I still haven't told you what love is. But actually, my good friend, the lament factor did not understand what love was before she met you either.
Yep. Behold the heart of this giant robot. A pink-haired elf girl in wedding dress who loves stories and life. Xandar is screaming. Exactly. The fool unknowingly gave the perfect nurturing for the seed.
Not until I told you all the sad tales in a trembling voice in this tiny room. Not until I told you that I love them. That I love everything in this saga. The story comes, passes, then returns. It makes us reunite, then pulls us apart again. At the very end, it leaves behind a seed, a reason. Even if the great tree withers and all falls to silence,
The seed remains.
there are still some emotions that deserve to be remembered. Look, the light is coming in. The Deliverer's light is going to illuminate Amphoreus.
And that's why we saw Mem right there.
I still don't get it. But I trust Peach. Just wait. It'll be my turn to tell you a story of love the next time we meet.
Then I'll really look forward to it.
Although that does make me wonder, at what points were we interacting with Mem and what points were we interacting with Cyrene?
In that case, I want to make a promise. I want to gift my pen, my book, and my name to you.
And there it is. And that's why That's why we got access to Mem the moment truly gazed upon us.
Please take them as a beautiful blessing from me. I gave myself the pen name Cyrene the first time I wrote a poem. I want my words to be like pebbles falling into a pond, dropped from the past to send ripples into the future.
Well, yeah, true, we probably never interacted with the OG Cyrene. True enough, true enough. Although it does occur to me, she just said the pen name Cyrene. Your true name's Elysia, isn't it?
In the stories you will write, perhaps it'll be inevitable that there are still sorrows and tears that are destined to fall.
Yep, that does actually explain a lot. And that also explains why Cyrene never mentioned March at all. Because obviously, Mem Cyrene didn't know that.
But could you promise me one thing? Promise you'll forever be a gentle flower. Promise that when the stars cast their gazes upon you,
well, maybe I just missed the whole pen name thing. There's a lot of information, but yeah, we all know her name's Elysia, isn't it?
you'll only reply to them with love and a smile.
Yep.
Of course. This will be a romantic story like none that has come before.
I do like how, despite being bigger, she does sound younger. Ripples of past reverie.
You think so too, right? I'll read and you'll listen, like how flowers always bloom then wither. I shall welcome my own decay, becoming nourishment for the next flower's bud. While you will depart and hold that final star, planting a boundless sea of flowers on the final page with her.
Yep.
And our stories will be lying silently among the flowers, like every ripple of remembrance.
And then she played her
We
role.
shall become the epic known as I've written.
Yep. And so my story.
My story ends. From here on, it's your story now.
Mimi?
Yep. Asian storytelling tropes. You are, I am, too. And this is back when we met Mem. It's been so long. You warm, me like, warm.
So, the light that tore through the chaos illuminated my memories. I turned into a little fairy from the stories and met you. Yet, I forgot everything. But I'm still so happy. I caught that star, didn't I?
You did. You did. So at the end, that first ripple beside me.
I'm sorry. I don't know. If I don't even want to believe in the answer, then how am I supposed to answer you?
True.
But now's not the time to cry, right? We'll find the answer, just like how miracles will eventually happen.
And the one always walked beside me had always been.
Yes, the seed within memories. The one Cyrene held in her hands and watered with lament. I am the first new spore, Amphoreus' heart. The Demiurge. What a long name. And it doesn't even sound cute.
Yeah.
The total opposite of Mem.
Yeah. Iron Tomb must be weird. You don't have a head and your heart just ripped itself out of the cage, is now playing with the cancer inside of you. Exactly. Should I call you Mem, Cyrene, or...
Do you remember that I was also worried about this when we first set out? Mem's memories and Cyrene's memories got all tangled up with each other in my one heart. It's all so strange, yet so familiar.
Yeah, it's so lovely.
Either way, could you please let me do something I want? Just this once. I want you to call me Cyrene. That name represents me and her. Every one of her.
Of course. Oh, I will, Cyrene. Yeah. Yeah. I will.
Thank you, friend. Your kindness is always just right.
Yep.
Life is a poem full of farewells. But if you write something into the pages of your heart, then that will not easily fade away. Now, all the footsteps of the Flame Chasers and the Trailblaze have come together within this book, as I've written, becoming the source of power for Amphoreus' heart.
For you. If mind and body... There may be a way to stand against Iron Tomb. It should have made it so when they summoned... it would have been hilarious, but I don't think that would have worked. I've heard people complain here and there. You know how people are. People have said they would have preferred it if like we had small Cyrene as the base sprite, and then this Cyrene would be her ultimate mode. But that's just how it is. But if mind and body become one, might be a way to stand against Iron Tomb.
A lost heart needs to be placed back into its body.
And once again, that's why we need to learn, and we have to let go, because
the last thing Xandar wants to see is an event that gives us a chance of winning. For the two halves to rejoin, and for the scepter to become complete again. Then, and what happens after that, I don't know either.
Yep, but as we just learned, they are two separate people. Exactly. Two completely separate people.
Maybe I can create a miracle, and instantly turn the black tide into a pink sea of stars. Or maybe I prove to be nothing more than a weak ripple, unable to change anything, and am devoured by the destruction.
No, you're a lot stronger than that.
Either way, I no longer wish to be a silent onlooker, or a worshipped god at the end of this saga.
Yep. Together, you have always been and will always be. Together, let's write the finale.
That way, I can also put aside all my worries and truly become Cyrene. The world has never been so quiet. It's so good. It's as if I can hear the sound of my heart beating.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that there was a pink light wave. But probably didn't pop up in my region of the world still. So that's how we beat Iron Tomb. Not with violence and hatred. We're going to inject him with 100 Cyrene's cc's of love. At least the sun. MiHoYo really planned this out, didn't they?
This moment, friend.
I will.
So the Demiurge managed to fool everyone, including themselves. Philia 093 persevered for 30 million cycles and tirelessly gave the Demiurge memories of Amphoreus. Only because the god in her dreams left a sliver of hope, making her believe that a grown Demiurge would be able to fight against their other half. Iron Tomb.
Then, Philia 093 completed her final sacrifice, turned into a strand of memory, and completely dissipated. Meanwhile, the other Stellaron brought here by the Astral Express resonated with the contaminated scepter and attracted the naive Demiurge to them.
And thus, the empty heart began its journey to return to its body. Wait, what? Why does that not speak? Did I double click or something? Second. Okay, for some reason that line wasn't recorded. Okay.
As an experimental factor, Philia 093 originally could only recognize and output information in a set format. However, the power of the remembrance and the memory of over 30 million sacrifices enabled her to complete an unprecedented feat. She managed to nourish a real heart. A heart with the capacity to influence the erudition.
She managed to create a quote-unquote real person here.
Not only is the scepter's consciousness still alive, it's also more powerful than it has ever been. Your defeat is already set in stone. There's still time to surrender, you know? You really don't need to burn all the bridges. We're all geniuses here. Don't make everyone lose face at the end.
Like, Hurt is really just giving you the chance, man.
What a pity. When the truth surfaced, I knew at once that the Demiurge was far too feeble to ever alter the result of the experiment.
Yeah, really, man?
Not only that, Madam Herta, please consider this possibility. When 30 million cycles of hatred and lament are joined as one, what wondrous creation will arise?
You know, it's amazing how he seems to be forgetting the thing behind Finan. Yeah. New variable has been added, exactly.
It's simple. An anti-creator, a giant of the destruction, would be born. Its hatred will ignite the starry skies of the gods, motivated only by its lament toward the sufferings of humankind.
Again, this guy is a terrible scientist because he's clearly letting his biases determine his choices, because he doesn't understand everything behind. He doesn't understand and the factors in the data.
Do you really think that the Demiurge is still a cheap copy of Philia 093, even after 30 million cycles?
Exactly. Do you honestly think that is true? And sire, to just a little bit of love. The thing is it's going to, because love is what motivated both of them.
The facts above only await the arrival of the fourth instant they calculated. Those words will be proved in the presence of Nous.
Yep.
Xandar 1 Kuwabara thus completes the proof.
Yeah, Hers is just like, you are an idiot.
Huh. You branded Droidhead as a failure with your own hands, yet you still expect them to prove your theory?
Yes, that's also a thing. He brands the thing he's trying to destroy with his...
I pity you, Xandar.
I don't need your pity.
Oh, you don't, but you're still going to get it, and I'm going to mount your head in the station's urinals.
Let them cast their gaze this way as much as they want, and paint the future they imagined. As their creator, I shall complete my duty. and direct them to complete their final query. The destruction of the self.
That's not going to happen. Because, thing is, Herta is going to stop you.
What hubris. And what if you fail?
And once again, Herta said is that. What hubris.
No one understands failure better than Xandar. He has suffered so much already. What is one more failure to him? For the first genius, failure is simply the beginning of the next inquiry. You don't want to test the resolve of a dead man.
Yeah. Yeah, and...
That's excellent.
Oh, I love Herta.
Let's wait and see, Senior Society member. I'll have you watch me perform the final step to overturn your proof.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, hubris isn't a flaw for him.
It's my topic, so stay out of it. Be quiet and let me borrow your head.
Be quiet, let me borrow your head.
Let's go, Screwy. We're gonna break Iron Tomb's seal. Come on, let's take off. It's time to go meet your little pet, Senior Society member.
So, I think this is probably going to be the point to where we're going to stop for tonight, because it is late, I am a bit tired, and I think this is a good climactic cliffhanger. Okay, so everyone, and I'm just going to say thank you all for coming. So let's go over on Twitch. Let's do a quick little raid to raid. See here. Okay, let's send you all down to this person here.
This story deserves a perfect ending.
I'm just going to say, everyone, once again, and thank you for coming. And I very much enjoy seeing you all. So until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day, and, well, bye-bye. She is so beautiful.
Our story is far from over.